It is.
As Sharif mentioned, lunch was pretty good, so I'll give a good rating out of that one. 7 out of 10. We like that one there.
Crazy.
But other than that, yeah, it's a good rating. We like that. So hopefully there's some leftovers so your boy can grab some. Other than that, guys, I hope everyone's had a solid session. New all-time highs, obviously, in the Nasdaq. So pretty good look. And yeah, let's go Ethereum as well.
Yes, always, always. All right, guys.
Forever,
I'll see everybody here in like 2 seconds because there's no big desk. So we'll be doing the rundown from right here. But to my right, diagonal back way, are the big boys. See ya.
Bang.
What the hell?
It's a little tilty.
Welcome
back, everybody.
I was gone over here. These monitors are all tilted up here.
It's like there was an earthquake that only affected Sean's side of the desk.
What happened over here, Fabian?
Mine are pristine.
I know. Well, what else is new?
Mine are pristine. That's all I know.
Anyways.
So Warner Brothers made some moves while we're in a meeting, apparently.
Yeah, I heard it was up 20% there.
30% now.
30% now.
32%. The L is it's the Warner Brothers afternoon party for sure. Sharif mentioned a lot's actually happened.
Yeah.
They have moved successfully the big desk. It's just a matter of getting it set up. But we'll do the rundown.
That's fine. Whatever.
A different way. I can tell you, we dodged a bullet on FIGR technology. You might have pulled one out of your hat today if you took this IPO to the long side. If you took the opening print, it wasn't like there was zero chance to make money on it. Certainly it went up before it eventually went down, but that candle to the downside is bigger than the one up. Like it went up maybe $1, and then the initial 3 minute, you're dropping $2 into 34. It continues to press the lows. You're gonna hear, I can read what's gonna get said in the aftermarket on other programs. And on its first day of trading, FIGR was able to gain 25 or whatever percent it'll be up, but as you can see, it's only really traded to the downside. So unless you got that 25 issue price, it's been few and far between to have any profitability to the long. So yeah, I think we dodged a bullet. Tomorrow we'll see what happens with Gemini. I mildly like that one better than this one, but the sentiment here is telling you got seconds to get out where it used to be minutes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's dodging a bullet, but we were also not, I was never going to take it.
No, I wasn't either. I'm just.
It's not, it's more just like feeling better about not taking it and being right about everything. And as Neil said, sometimes you just have great ideas that turn into fantastic ones. Is great better than fantastic? I think fantastic is better than great. We had 150 BABA written down early. We talked about raising capitals for AI expansion. We love that. Literally wrote the words love that. Put on there that we were taking that break. And you guys saw me trading Alibaba in the morning. And it was all about the 150. We liked it so much, we averaged it in right there at VWAP. I mean, we got to love VWAP plays. And then boom, right there, $7 right now. What's up, Max? $7 now in the money on this. And we just have a small piece left. Honestly, we tapped out when we came back all the way to the upside, just trick, and then right into there, 156.50. So good trade there. We just got stopped out there. We're going to have a red name here with NVIDIA. It went up fine, got it out. You guys know I wasn't here at this time. Put offers out right there at the high of that move, that hit. Then all of a sudden, just NVIDIA to the downside right there. We finally get stopped out, breaking through 176. Bounces off 176.50. I want to hold it against this 176.80 right now. So those are the positions I'm working with now in NVIDIA. Welcome back to the afternoon show. It should be good. We have Adobe earnings coming through later on tonight. That's about it. There was one other name. Adair did the work and sent me the name there. It's, hold on a second. ADBE, of course, Adobe implied move of 10%.
RH.
Yeah, Restoration Hardware. So a big name there. So we'll go with RH there, and formerly Restoration Hardware. They're going to be reporting tonight as well. So we'll see the strength of the consumer, and then
I love rebrandings that no one actually pays attention to.
Tonight, it's NFL. I'll finally
lineup.
Be able to watch. I watched. I was up till midnight over watching the Bills, or not midnight, but 11:30 or so, watching the Bills game. I didn't get much in because we had hockey and baseball all weekend, but. Thursday night tonight, we don't have much going on, so she's skating lab, and that's about it. So
I think it's going to be it's a good game.
It's going to be a great game.
It's a huge barometer for Washington.
Yes, well, for both teams, I think. Washington's a playoff team. Both these teams are playoff teams looking to make the playoffs again. So whoever wins this could solidify.
You guys already beat Detroit, which is kind of
but I think I think every team's a fugazi as opposed to the Packers. So we'll just wait to see what winds up happening there. I don't know if I'm going to start Matthew Golden tonight. I don't know. I'm not,
if I like a guy and he plays prime time,
no, I probably will go with them. I have Debo as well. So I have Debo, Matthew Golden, and Jordan Love. I don't think we'll start the Packers defense tonight. So.
Oh, yeah, I remember the Debo trade. That was well done.
Yeah, Debo for Ayuk there. And now Ayuk is actually valued higher than Debo in the dynasty pools. But
yes. Those be changed for him.
Yeah, so maybe I should have got more. I always lose all the trades I make. Except for on the show, of course, so thankfully there. All right, we're going to do the rundown. 14.5 right here for Bitcoin is nice. We got in and out of IBIT here today. It hasn't really done that much. It did have a good dip buy into VWAP again, but really supported, upside. But I feel like we're right about IBIT. We thought that they would run into some problems. We wrote down 65 as being an area of concern there. It got to 65.20. Probably, if I really did believe in it, I probably would still be short. So I don't want to pat myself on the back for that one because we're not short, but I do like that call there for IBIT. Having a little bit of a problem today as the Nasdaq continues all-time high climb. I don't know. I want to support this NVIDIA trade. There's NVIDIA. We just take a dime on it. Let's see if it can get back to the upside. No need to get out of Alibaba for now, and we just chill out. So we'll wait for the rundown. And
open $10 still in play. Remember,
that's right.
If you were around when I was talking about the lesson of the day, I kind of made it an impromptu. You need to see what was happening at 9.94 on open. What you would expect to happen at $10 was happening in front of $10. Like the offers, I don't know if they'll still be there because we just sat back down and 9.94 had huge size at 94, big size at 95. Instead of it just being at 99 and an even dollar, I think there's going to be like another swath of order flow. We'll see. Again, I don't really see it on the level 2 just yet, but suffice to say, there is some profit taking and or massive short sellers in front of 10 even if that's where we're to break. So we're going to get the rundown started. We've got Sharif at his desk.
Oh.
I almost said the big desk, but he's at his desk.
Big desk is looking nice.
It is.
Right
It's what a move, man. I didn't think they'd get it moved, but it's
coming up here.
It is moved. Sharif.
Welcome to the afternoon rundown, everyone. The show where you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Boys are that way. They're locked, they're loaded, and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get those tickers on the leaderboard is to get into the chat and vote every day, guys. And we have a record number of votes today, by the way. 342 of you voted for Open Door, 222 of you guys for Tesla. That's the highest number I've seen. Shout out to you guys. You did great today. Let's look at the 4 major averages on the day. The ES up, Assassino up here, 0.75%. Likewise with the NQ up nicely, 2/3. But leading the way is the Russell 2000 of the 4 major averages, up 1.7, with the Dow also having a nice day, up 1.3%. Let's look at the first ticker as decided by you. Open Door trying to knock on the door of that $10 area into the high there at a little bit above 90. This is why we're moving up, baby. They announced a new CEO, so the pressure by activist investors finally paying off, and the market liking this new announcement of management to the tune, guys, of 67%.
No one was. I was wondering why no one was typing in the chat because I wasn't even in the right show.
Here, by the way, yeah, go ahead.
At all.
We're talking about Open Door.
Well, okay, so like I was literally just saying what was going on at that $10 level, and that seems like what's next here for Open Door. Collision course with 10. This is obviously some blue skies here for Open Door. It doesn't really matter what the catalyst. This is a squeeze play, pure and simple, and it was holding trends so well, and now you just get the explosion through the top. The shorts are, for lack of a better word, screwed.
Yeah.
At this moment, like it's anybody that was short and is still short is getting worked, and anybody that's shorting into this move is probably not happy if this thing breaks out to $10. So there's a wall, as I said, there's a wall in front of 10. I think that could give you some dips. I'd be wary of any kind of a failed break here. Like if it breaks 10 and doesn't quite go right away, the pullback, it doesn't seem like a lot, but look, 40 to 50 pennies on this is still 4 or 5%. So just understand that a reasonable pullback on a failed break of $10 and you're going at least to like 960, I would think. So just keep that in mind when there's going to be so much size on the offer at that $10 level. Clearly you've got some decent buying here. Nowhere near VWAP, but it's holding, my drawing tool up. It's holding a very good trend that I think if it doesn't get to $10 first, a dip into 940-ish is going to be the level for open. I'm expecting it to make a run at that $10 level this afternoon. It's like, did we come all this way not to get there? I don't think so. It was a pure, just to go over the morning, I had two looks for this, VWAP or pull back into prior high. Suffice to say, it didn't pull back into the prior high on the daily. It didn't get anywhere close.
Right.
But it did hold VWAP very, very cleanly at the open twice.
Yep, exactly. Great ideas over there. We had the same kind of a look. We hit it pretty good, man. We got $8 long. And, you know, we wrote this on the sticky note right away today, and it was a big trade. I mean, Alibaba is now going to be my P&L number one, but Open Door was great. And just to show you what we did, we don't have, my best out is $9.20, which isn't too bad. So we'll take that. Obviously, it gets to 10, but there's our long $8 break. It comes down, it breaks VWAP. I actually have an out right there getting out. And then we just like, you know what? Maybe it's going to hold VWAP. So it's if you rewind the tape, like this is where I feel I've gotten so much better as a trader, because I had said, like, if this happens and it breaks and then comes back in, let's get out. So we take a 20-cent hit. And then I even said it at like 8:30, 8:40, whenever we were talking about Open Door, was like, if it fails, you can get back in. You don't want to be part of that when it drops all the way down in. So we got out there on VWAP. Once we noticed that it held, we literally got in the same minute, and then it just started blasting, and then it took off. We got 920. So, you know, that first take right there, we lost 25 cents. Then we wound up making $1.50 or whatever, and obviously it's not on the whole thing, but it's a profitable stock, and it's the number 2 P&L name, and it's a great trade at the end of the day. Obviously, when you look back, you say, why didn't we hold for 10 bucks? No, I have no idea where this thing is going. Tesla's ripping right now, by the way. So, you know, we'll talk about a lot of different names, but Tesla's at 367. Finally, the move is happening. So it happened on Palantir. We talked about this the other day with Tesla. This is actually that break that we're looking for right here. Trying to take this out, 368. These are those garbage levels. So right here, you get all this stuff out of here, and then it's boom. Right now, we're going right back to where we were beginning of the year. This is February 20th right now for Tesla. So all the shorts right now scrambling, man, scrambling more than Jaden Daniels is going to be tonight, guys. Like this is going to be right, nice move there, breaking through 367.
Well,
let's get going
him in the pocket.
To the upside. Yeah, no, but he's going to be getting sacked all over the place. I mean, this guy's going to have a problem tonight. But here we go, 368. I don't know. I'm just looking at this as a great opportunity here to break long on Tesla. So watch out for 368 right now, breaking on TSLA.
Which is oddly enough.
Yeah, the next one. Yeah, I just kind of front ran. I saw it there. I just was front running.
No, but it's also, and the funny thing is, it's been these two almost to the day, like almost all day long. It's been different names that have been 3 and 4, but always different names, except for these two. All day long, Open Door and Tesla have been leading the way.
It's at the high, guys. There you go. 367.19 is the high of the day. A couple of headlines. The one that we got in the morning is the Model Y L, that China-specific variant Model Y with 3 rows and 6 seats, sold out, selling 10,000 of these a day, 120,000 total. They've had to kick back deliveries to November of this year because they can't get them done in time. In addition to that, this headline coming in later in the day, looks like car buyers, specifically electric vehicle buyers, are really piling in to buy these cars ahead of the September 30th cancellation of the $7,500 EV tax credit. Analysts saying this will help Tesla, at least in the short term.
Okay, well, before we get to Tesla, I'll give just an update. AMD, quickly. AMD in front of this lower high, 156.5. It just seems like a brick wall as the market goes up. It's been resisting it. Tried on the way down, but on the way back, it's been a little bit better. But for Tesla, $368. Could get broken in the aftermarket on Blue Ocean, although I did not intentionally mean to call up Blue Ocean. There we go. 368. That was the high. That was the February high. That was the May high. That is 50 cents away right now, 60 cents away right now on Tesla. This is a pretty big breakout level on the daily chart. If it goes, I'll take it. If it doesn't work and it takes it tomorrow, I'll take it tomorrow. And, oh, today's Thursday. And I was about to say, and then if it happens on Friday, I would take it on Friday too. But then if it goes on Monday, I'll give it 3 shots. It's such a big level on the daily chart that this is one you're going to want to have the break. And if it fails the break, I think you go for a dip buy as well. Maybe not VWAP, because VWAP is $10 away. So I think if it fails a break at 368, you look for a dip off the failed break. Just inventory into what is a monster breakout level that we've been waiting for on Tesla for quite some time. Finally really paying off and going, breaking out of this. It's been an uptrend on Tesla, but with a hard top.
Yeah. Look, I mean, we talked about it. I like the car. I like everything that Tesla's doing, but we understand that it's going to be more about full self-drive. It's going to be more about robo-taxis. So again, I like it. It's breaking out right now. I don't know if there's going to be enough juice in this to go. I mean, it's been well juiced up 6% here today, and it wasn't even really on my radars to begin with. So I'm a little bit nervous about doing anything special with it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna wait for that 368 to break and then look at it. I'm not gonna take the break today. You know, we've got Alibaba. We just hit this NVIDIA trade pretty nicely, man. I mean, this is now 40 cents in the money on NVIDIA. So like, I'm making money everywhere else. I don't want to throw it away with TSLA, but yeah, again, really like the positioning there on the daily, and I think that 368 is monstrous. Congratulations to anybody that was able to withstand some of that talk about Tesla being, done with, or, they had that back and forth there with Elon and Trump, for a while there that sent the name to the downside, but it looks like it's well recovered. So I got to say, yeah, 2 thumbs up for Tesla longs moving forward.
And in 14 years, they've had 0 hacks, 0 excuses. BTCC.com delivers when others don't. Trade Bitcoin up to 500x. Even Tesla, we were just talking about. Gold and Forex. With smart copy trading, you don't just watch pros, you trade like them. Regulated in the US, Canada, and Europe, and trusted by 6.8 million traders. Trader TV has a live exclusive as well. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description box for a 15% deposit bonus. Shout out to BTCC. And Alibaba, this is... Sharif just chuckled when I said. I didn't even say it in a funny way. Alibaba running and made the glorious breakout. This is one chart you're going to want to make sure you zoom out to a weekly on.
All right, guys. Good kind of, I guess, headline for Alibaba. You can't argue with the price action. High day 156.85 was up over 8%, dropping down to 7.8% now, but a fantastic day. They will raise $3.2 billion through a 0 coupon convertible bond maturing in 2032. The bond will convert back into U.S. listed shares, not the Hang Seng shares. It follows recent capital raises that they did in July for $1.5 billion and as well $5 billion back in May of 2023. They're going to spend 80% of that $3.2 billion on data centers and AI, with the rest of the 20% being focused on their retail side of things like AliExpress and Lazada, etc. And they also have this headline coming in later in the day. It looks like the FTC will be launching inquiries into AI companion chatbots, Baba being listed as one of the companies, or Quen, that is, their next model, being one of those ones that are going to be targeted as well by the FTC.
All right, so, I mean, regardless, I mean, it's great reporting, great story there that obviously got this thing going right through there through 152, but we hit it early. We had our watch list. Make sure you do scan for the watch list. Go to the link in description, select that watch list, the best one in the industry, and thanks to Sharif and Adara for putting that out every morning. And the thing about it is like, I had Alibaba written down early, and it was right here. It's on Instagram, it's on Twitter right here, as well as the open door. All my trades are here basically today, so every day. But there it is right now, Alibaba, 150 long, man. It was an easy day trade. Like Neil said, easy day, and that we're looking for easy trades. So there it is, long 150, raising capital to invest in AI and expansion. End of story. Love that. So, Jordan loved that. There it goes, just boom. There's the 150 break. Now, it was having a problem getting through 151. So we just got out a whole bunch there for $1, 80 cents, 60 cents, a little bit there. Then it came back in, and I was like, I still like the story, but the market's drifting a little bit. Let's play the VWAP against 149. So we're giving this one 50 cents worth of room. Well, 50 cents worth of room turned out to be $7. And if you're not all about making those kind of trades, then maybe this is not something you're looking for. But over on this side and on this desk, we're looking for money trades. And that was one right there. So boom, thankfully. See, working out pays off in more ways than one, because if I was here and I saw this, I would have taken it out on the way up. But instead, we're at the gym, we come back, and we're like, we just topped out at 156. Like, I didn't think it was going here, so I leave some pending orders. We come back in, boom, 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 get it out again. Now, we only had, I think it was 10 or 15% at that point. So it's a nothing burger. And right there, I was going to say that was my next stage was we had a little piece left. There it is, out for $5 or $5.50, out at 155. So breaking back lower, we don't want that anymore. All right, Roblox is
something. Shoot.
Oh, just the same thing.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
They're asking Roblox. Roblox is going to be in a little bit of a problem here because we just heard the story that someone there, one of the in the federal government, is looking to get Roblox banned.
But not new. But that's again nothing new with Roblox.
Just a story.
That's one stock that I think when it gets out of this is going to be fun. Continue to be fun. Look, I said I was going to show a weekly chart. I'm just use a monthly chart of Alibaba. Say it's the same point. It doesn't really make a difference. The stock's P's in the teens, not the 30s, not the 20s, the teens. So if you think that if I use the daily chart, you look like it's a 52-week breakout, it's gone too far, it's a triple up from the lows. You're like, yeah, there's not much more upside in Alibaba. Fair enough. But I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment. Because if you look at the monthly chart and the fact that it's still priced in the teens, like I'm in it and I'm considering averaging up. Well, part of that's because I didn't get the last dip. I took some profits into this level the first time and then missed the dip. And the mistake I think I used was not examining every single time frame. When in doubt, zoom out. This bounced exactly, look at the 50 period and the 200 period on a monthly chart. It bounced off of both of those. And this is a monthly chart. That means you have the whole month to get in when it makes that bounce. You don't have to be there that day. You could literally get it at the end of the month. You get it on the 15th. It doesn't make a difference. But that was an easy setup, but I'm just here to tell you that I did not reload on Alibaba. But as long as on the monthly, what are we now, the 11th? As long as it's not looking like a disaster in the next couple of days, I think adding at the 150, it'll move the average price. I don't care about the average price, but the average price actually stays above the 50 period and 200. I'm just going to double up the position so that's true, because I think this is when you zoom it out and look at the overall time frame and then consider the price that you're getting this at, it's still very reasonable here, even if it's up 8% and even if it's been blasting. I think this one's got legs. And if it pulls back to the 200 period, I think that's an opportunity to buy more.
Guys, FIGR, the new IPO from today. Here's a look at the chart. I mean, it opened up at 36 bucks. The best it could do was pop into that $37 area. It's been lower lows and lower highs. There does seem to be a buyer here at that 31.5, but here are the details on FIGR Technology. They raised about $787 million in yesterday's IPO, selling about 31.5 million shares at 25 bucks a pop, above the previous range. They were talking about 20 to 22, so it was oversubscribed yesterday at the IPO level. The deal values the company at about $5.29 billion. It's obviously a little bit higher than that, trading at around $32. The IPO was upsized, though. Initially, they had wanted to only issue about 26 million shares for trade on the public markets, but that got boosted up to 31.5. Underwriting this, boys, is Goldman, Jefferies, and BOA, so a lot of familiar names.
It's always, look, it's all the same names that underwrite it. It's like they just make money. That's why everyone talks about you want a robust M&A and IPO market for the big investment banks, because they have a monopoly on this thing. So the more there are, the more money they happen to print. Now, I have a 5-second chart up so that you can see it wasn't impossible to have made money. Oh shit, it broke 10.
Yeah, I crossed all the way up to 10.05 and missed it.
Yeah, you didn't get filled.
So there goes Open Door.
That's the problem. They were blasting through so many levels.
I got it now. So I'm long Open Door right now. I mean, this was a trade that we had from the jump, and let's just see if it wants to work. I'm in it, so let's go. Right now, Open Door would be really nice if you were to go up. So let's see. We're long at 06s here. The highest we just went to there was 25s, 24s. So we'll see if it has the legs to get going there. Open Door right now. Let's go. Let's see if we can add to our already nice P&L here on OPEN. Let's go, baby. Let's get something out maybe like around 13, 14. That's where it seems to. Ooh, we just offered 14s and it turned around, but we should be able to get them. I'm not putting a boatload of shares there. See if we can get a little bit out here on Open Door. We're only long at 6s right now, but we did miss that. But okay, there it goes. So now we're starting to get a little bit out. Just so you guys know, I have like about a third of what we had earlier there on open door. So we'll do the same thing again. Oh, there goes open door right now. 50-period moving average is at 975. I'm fine getting out if it breaks that. It's been sort of holding it all the way. So let's see if we can get upside right now on open door. Oh boy, here we go. This is the thing, man. Like, no matter what's going on here, I'm going to try to trade everything, man. Open door, Nvidia, Alibaba. I actually just checked my long-term account. We're still in Alibaba. I wasn't sure how many shares. It's not bad. Here it goes. Open door right now, breaking through 1020 and starting to go upside. New CEO, man. That's sometimes all that matters. Up 75% right there. One of the first times in a little bit that we were so confident about open door taking a break. And today, that was a good one with news. And there it goes, open door, 25% short. Good work there on FIGR. I didn't even.
Nobody traded it.
I didn't even look at it
here. At least I don't think. And we think they're. At this point, I'm considering going short on some of these. We shorted Klarna instead. It's at the low of the day, and it probably. I still feel if this thing gets to $40, remember what I said yesterday. 40 was the issue price. If you test the issue price, underwriters defend it. If we see 40 on the bid, I'd probably go long. I don't think it gets there. So these are shorts until they're not. I'm not optimistic tomorrow about Gemini. I feel a little bit better about Gemini than I did about FIGR. I'm not sure it's enough to take the opening print again. But I'll pay for locates if something sets up. Because I think there might be a better trade. And we'll get to that tomorrow when Gemini comes in. There's no need to talk about it now.
All right, guys, last on the list here, Robinhood. Good day for Robinhood, up 1.5% today. Couple of news headlines. Morgan Stanley says product velocity acceleration supports Robinhood share gains. So what happened here was Morgan Stanley saying they're leaning more positive towards Robinhood after attending the company's active trader summit in Vegas. They argue that continued acceleration in their product velocity supports the market share gain and the expansion of their total addressable market, the TAM. So Morgan with a positive note today on Robinhood. Likewise from Mizuho, guys, raising the price target to 145 from 120.
Yeah, I don't like the candle on. Like, I know Robinhood's up 1.2%, and we did have a long this morning in it briefly, and then it made a top. But I don't love this topping tail candle and then a lower high put in. So there's a topping tail on the 120. It's a fresh all-time high. If we end up closing underneath, it's like 118.50 or something adjacent to that. Like if we end up breaking this support at 118.50 and closing under it, then that looks like a couple of reversal candles in a row on Robinhood, which I'm not a huge fan of. It would make me come in tomorrow thinking short instead of, today I was like, yeah, well, if it can hold on to the 118, I'll go long above it at where? VWAP as usual. But I don't know if I feel that same way if we end up breaking this down. I'm a little bit scared about that for Robinhood.
Yeah, okay, so I'm distracted again here because of Open Door, but yeah, so Robinhood, I'm going to go over to SOFI, and Neil just looked at Robinhood here. Let's look at something else. So
it was good today.
Yeah, maybe it was pretty good today. So here goes SOFI, again, up another 3%. So we're still waiting for it to break that $30 mark. I mean, what a climb SOFI's also had. Now I feel like this whole area got moved here today, which is fine. I mean, I'm completely fine with it. But sometimes when you get your trading areas like just a little
you
bit
can
off,
tell when it's off.
Yeah, it feels like it's off a bit. But anyways, there it goes up to $27. So maybe it's not even the 30 that we're looking for. We're just looking to break out through that top. So I'd sold some and raised some capital, as you guys know, in there, right at $24. So I'm still fine with that trade. I'm pretty happy with it. But it's now going higher. So yeah, got to take profit where there's profit, and sometimes there's not. So we'll take it out of SOFI, or still in SOFI, but looking to break higher. Look, this 50-period moving average has been great. Will you get another runner like you will Robinhood? I don't know, maybe. I mean, Robinhood's just been really, I almost feel like Robinhood's like road showing their stuff now. It's like every single day they have something new to bring out and something more like what's next. And it's all,
the social thing they got is pretty cool.
Right, yeah, and so there's a social, that social aspect there as well. So there's all these new things that they're coming out with, and I just wonder if SOFI is a little late on some of that, and I know it's not the same type of business as Robinhood there, but I think that SOFI could jump on that bandwagon and get a little bit of that tailwind as well. So I still like SOFI. And what is Robinhood up today? Because SOFI's up 3%. So Robinhood's up less than that, right? Yeah. So there you go. So I think if choosing one or the other, I just wonder if Robinhood's had such an epic rise up that now maybe it's time for SOFI. But I mean, both of them are quads. So this was a bottom of 30 up to 120 now. That's 4x. Oh yeah, my bad. Right there. Same thing for SOFI. So SOFI's bottom is $9. So if it was 4 times, they would have a 3 handle, 36 on it. So, you know, there is something to say there about maybe switching over and looking at another stock. And to me, that would be SOFI. But I would still stay long Robinhood. I wouldn't rotate out of one and into the other. That is for sure. Okay.
I could see SOFI doing that with partnerships instead of doing their own platform.
Right. And that's why I think like Robinhood's been out here doing that stuff.
Really Robinhood's big enough. They make their own social platform thing for everyone, all their users. I could see SOFI doing some kind of a, I mean, X has eToro. Right, so like SoFi, I don't know. I don't want to speculate like where they could be, but I mean, not doing it a different way would make sense. But it's like you need to be everything these days. Like if you're like I want my money in one spot and I want to be able to do everything on a single platform, ideally. And I think Robinhood's accomplishing that. But I still like that SoFi.
I thought you were long. Were you long open and out, or you didn't take it?
No, I missed. I know I didn't get. I didn't get.
But it came back to 05s.
No, I was at 03 and 04.
Oh, okay.
I crossed. So the funny thing about it is, I should have crossed more. When I was doing the lesson today, I said, the reason there's so much liquidity in front of 10 is the shorters would probably short it and not, because if it breaks 10, you get bad slippage, but it was a better short at 94 because you would only slip like here. If you're shorting off 94, you weren't risking as much because it'd be liquidity from 94 to 10. But if 10 broke, it would slip a lot. And that's what happened. Like you usually in a 10 break in a $10 stock, you're getting 1s and 2s. Like that's what I'm accustomed to. In this particular case, I crossed to 3 and then just hit, I think I just kind of hit bid down and ended up at 4 on that dip buy, so I didn't pick it up. And now at this point, I don't know that I want automatically the dip in front of 10. However, I just want to note there is a buy floor setting up here on AMD. Oddly enough, it's at 155.42, my favorite number. But it's held it for like 15 minutes now. If it doesn't break that down, there's already one topping tail candle. If you don't break it down now, then I'm jumping out of it. Don't want it retesting back into that 56 level. You know, the market could easily just run right back into the highs.
So I'm going to adjust. We're going to have to do this thing in a minute. I just want to tell people where we're at. So far here today on this closing show, I've taken for you guys NVIDIA here long at 177. That's 60 cents in the money. And I'm now out of half. I'm out of exactly half of Open Door. And we topped out. Pretty much all the outs are at 20 cents. So hopefully it can get a little bit higher. I am going to lose 10 cents on this trade. So half is out for 20 cents. The other half will be out for 10 cents, providing us a winner. That's risk management. And we're happy to do it. But you know what? The thing is, every year, over 3.8 million concussions are reported in the United States, yet there is still no FDA-approved treatment. There is an NYSE-listed name, Origenics, OGen, that is changing that with its first-in-class intranasal drug designed for rapid brain access. With the concussion treatment market projected to reach $8.9 billion by 2027, Origenics is uniquely positioned to, you guessed it, lead the way. Learn more, schedule a meeting, figure it all out with Origenics by scanning the QR code and getting some more information on that. That is by far the number one fear for myself, having kids in hockey. So, you know, and any sport. We talked about how dangerous it is for boxing, how dangerous it is for soccer.
Well, I'll be dead honest about something.
Baseball might be the worst, and I'll tell you why. Like baseball today, this year, one of our kids in Hyde Park took a line drive, right back to the head as a pitcher, and it knocked him
It's
out.
Scary. Well, part of
I
the
wasn't
issue
there, thankfully.
It's these aluminum bats. The men's league I played in, the year that they switched from aluminum. First of all, a men's league shouldn't be playing with aluminum bats. It's too dangerous. We're grown men. The year that we switched to wooden bats was because a guy I knew, I knew him pretty well. I'd say we were friends. We weren't close friends or anything. We used to play ball against each other for years. And he took a line drive to the head. He, thankfully he pulled through. That's all I'm going to say. Because it was hairy, and that was it. That happened, and they're like, this is it, we're going to wooden bats. It's super dangerous, but it's all sports. My dad wouldn't let me go into boxing. My parents did not want me playing football. And I look back on it, and it's like they were ahead of a curve on that. And that was their reasoning for it, back when no one was talking about it. So I think it's important for sure. I did get out that bounce level. It's just a wall on AMD. I can get back in if it pops up. Maybe short the pop back into 156, or if it starts to break down and the futures actually begin to go. Here's the rub. AMD loses a 50 period a second time yesterday. All that great goodwill that you had pushing into 164, and now it's back to downward trending on AMD. And this is in the midst of, the market's at the highs. There's no other way to put it. The market's at the highs, and this is while this is going on, and AMD just continues to pull back. So I think this is the one that you short, at least.
The market now, are you talking about now?
Well, I just mean the market's up 0.6.
Yeah. It's almost at its highs.
Almost at the highs, but AMD's at the lows. It's just a different beast today.
What was AMD doing at 10:30 on the chart? Because like that's when the market peaked.
And nothing.
Yeah, nothing. So I think that's...
It was near the lows. It just hasn't been going, unfortunately, for AMD here. So if it goes up to VWAP, I'd probably try to short it again. We'll see.
Yeah, what's up, man? Shout out to whoever that was in the chat there asking to put on some trades. Oh, there it is. What's up to Other Zinc? Find some, here he is. What's up? Find some grass out there. Hey, man, so far today, just with this trading, we put on some shares on Open Door with 25 cents in the money there and 60 cents on NVIDIA. So I'm going to go 2 for 2 here this afternoon. But, I mean, we will look at all the other names, and I think we've already sort of showed this a couple times. I'm going to restart this thing right now. So give us an idea of what you guys want in here. So get into the chat, Other Zinc and everybody else right now, and let us know which names. Like, NVIDIA's going off right now, so is Open Door. Like, I mean, Open Door's done 900 million shares today, and I'm long, and it'll be the number 2 P&L show wide, so I think we've all traded it, and it's a good one. So there it is. Tesla, we talked about that 368 break, so it doesn't look like that happened. That's down to 365 right now, but get into the chat right here, type in whatever name you want. Adara's over there working on tonight's show, working on the news and everything like that. So if anything hits, we're going to get that for you immediately. There's Open Door, 1031. We're long at 10, so that's going to be 3% in right there already. Up 76% today. Weeble's going as well. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening right now. Boeing is speaking right now. Boeing CEO. I don't know what it's he, Kelly, is up to right now.
Not helping the stock.
That's what I was going to look at right now. So. Let's go to BA. So, oh, by the way.
Near low of the day.
Yeah. What was our best out there on Open Door? Oh, we didn't take anything. Okay, so our best out on Open Door is 24s. We're at 30s right now. I was waiting at 34. There, you just take a 30 up. You just push off or enter and you get the fills. 825 million shares right now on Open Door. Oh boy, were we long down here at $8. We reloaded it to below $8. Now you're upside, big time upside right here on Open Door. But yeah, that Tesla name really... Oh, I wanted to do Boeing, right? Sorry, I was going to look at Tesla.
It's not moving, no volume.
Okay, I thought you said it was going down a little bit.
It is down, but there's no volume.
Yeah, so I'll get, once that story hits a little bit more, I don't know, I think there's maybe a call.
Don't get me wrong, I know we all care. If you have it in your long-term account, you probably care about Boeing, but here's the volume. I flipped to it immediately when I heard it in my ear. You can see there's not a lot of interest in volume, and it might have already started to bottom out there on Boeing. You've got Tesla, which is running, no questions asked. And I know a lot of people are calling off, I just saw it in the chat here. The new GameStop is open, and then OPAD is the new AMC. Well, if that's the case, then when this is not doing a ton of volume, 30 million versus what will be a billion shares at some point today for open, and one breaking out the highs, the other one off the highs, when you've got a lagging indicator in small caps like this, like a sympathy play, then I always say like this is the one you jump short. Because the candle, when open moves, it might just move down like 5% in one candle, and you might be able to get OPAD really quickly in there. So that's one thing I will have up. We don't have locates. I can go ahead and pay for them. Won't be all that expensive, I don't think, and we'll do that in a second. And look, Oracle, the number 3 on the list right now, I look up, was Oracle for most of the day. Oracle is only now getting off the lows. I think that's one reason why it made sense to jump out of the AMD. I've only been in AMD. That was the only thing we put on. And I still like the short in that stock. If it pops, I'll probably take a shot at it. But you can see Oracle just broke the downtrend like 5 minutes ago, maybe 3 or 4 minutes ago, when it hit 3.0, when it broke out at about 306 and change. It's at 307. If there's any kind of a dip to retest that, yeah, I know, 306.
What's it doing?
Yeah, well, falling, 6% down. But you have to keep in mind, everybody, like this was 240. Yeah, I mean, like that's still so far out and about from where we were before earnings, but it is filling in a good portion of the gap. Right, like that gap up on earnings day was about 240 that was chilling at the close, and then the initial push up got you just under the 300 level. But it is trying to break this trend. On a 15-minute, that trend is long. It's been the entire afternoon. So if it closes the 15 green, that would signal along. I'm hoping this push up on it gets me short on AMD, but there was the headline there in Boeing. It didn't move the stock. Trust me, if it did, we'd be all over it.
So I have to admit that I didn't even realize we had a top ticker like that. When we had our meeting today, I was like, what the heck top ticker are you guys talking about? Make sure you do check that out at the top. Yeah, we're thinking about making it, Neil was just saying it's too small, but we're thinking about making it bigger. So there it is at the top. All the stories that have been happening throughout the day are going to be up there, plus some quotes at the bottom for different stocks to pay attention to, or whatever. So we're thinking about some new ideas. And then we have the crypto on the side there at the bottom right of your screen. There was Solana right now. Ethereum's posted up there, right there, up 1.6% for Ether. So, definitely make sure that you guys do check all of that out. Okay, alert. All right, so I only have right now 20% left of this NVIDIA trade. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. I actually quite like the position and like the trade, but we're getting some more out. So I'm ahead of VWAP. Look, it's been relatively weak today. When you're up only 0.2 and the rest of the market's up 0.63, definitely a pullback there for NVIDIA happening easier than the market. So the market's really going to have to go from here, and I don't know if that's true for the market to do that. So we'll hold on to about 10 or 15% left of NVIDIA. Open door, still have now about 40% left of this. We just got a good out right there. At 30, so a bunch of good outs here on the way up. Let's just wait to see if it can go higher. I keep on changing my stop. I was going to use the 50-period moving average, but again, it's 10 cents. So we've taken now 25 cents on this, and we're out of 60%. So it's going to be a winning trade, man, no matter what happens. I think I'm going to put another out right there at 36. I'm already there. I'm at 38. So we'll wait, see if there's a 38 that comes through, and then we'll ring the Reggie on that one as well, up at 38. And then hopefully it goes from there, because open door, although all stocks have memory, this one can't remember the last time it was anywhere near here. So I'll just wait and see. It's clear skies. The minute we broke that 5, we were talking about that for a minute, that would be a good indicator of a long, and it actually gapped right through that and opened up at 6. So there's that key level there between $5 and $6, gapping through that high of August of 23. This is August of 23. Right here. So, but last time you were at open door at these levels, this is May of 22. So you're talking about 5+ years ago. So
yeah, it's basically a blue sky setup.
And now we have completely different catalysts, right? So yeah, all right. Let's check in on just the rest of the market just real quickly, because I know you guys are putting in all the names that you want us to look at, and we will do that. Let me just have a broader market quick look here. Yesterday, we were really hit in the energy space, right? And it looks like today, again, downside, right? So we have to watch out for names like XOM, ConocoPhillips, Valero. We talked about that they are actually up yesterday, the refiners. Today, downside. So there's not going to be a green name here. XOM is slightly positive on the day. So watch out for some energy stocks. And then it goes, right? I mean, JP Morgan all-time highs. That's been absolutely fantastic. I'm glad that look, XLF is obviously going to be at all-time highs as well, but this is the financials right here. I mean, take a look at this. No matter, as long as you're involved in anything right now, this is all green. Like we talked about Fifth Third Bank over here. I don't know what that's doing, FITB, but Bank of America, Visa, Berkshire, MasterCard even, all the cards, Morgan, BlackRock, Blackstone, Charles Schwab. I like to set up on Charles Schwab just because I think that if Robinhood and all them are going, I like Schwab just as much as those names, maybe even better. Goldman Sachs right there, 2% as well. So financials are really, really kicking today. And then it's kind of a mixed story with tech, right? Although Nasdaq is well up, I think a lot of that, where's my guy Apple on here? But anyways, Google up 0.81. The story continues over there. Bye-bye. Look, man, ain't nobody going to talk about green grass over on this side, man, because there it goes right now. Bye-bye open door. There's another 5% or 4.5% there on our play. So we're going to get some more out in the top 40s right now. Hopefully we can. Hopefully we don't miss that. We put a 43 there. Let me put a 40. You offer, you get it, right, is what I was saying? Well, now I'm offering. There you go. We got it. Okay, so there goes 40s. So far, so good right there on that trade. And then NVIDIA is just kind of hovering near the top. But Oracle is surprising to me, man, because down 6%. We had started the show thinking that it was going to break possibly through that 335 area, and then it was
the right level. It was just the wrong.
It was the right level, wrong idea. Yes, because
it's trying to go now. Look, there
goes open door again.
It just keeps getting met with sellers. Like it just broke away again on talking about Oracle. It just broke away again from the 307 finally. But like the second it gets to 308.5, like this prior low, it just immediately runs into a wall of sellers. Now it's starting to break through there. I'm a little skeptical. Remember what 310 is? Wow, that zoomed out really. There you go. So 310 was yesterday's low. I hit the zoom like twice and it went 4 times. So 310 was yesterday's bottom at the open, or sorry, in the pre-market, and then you had the bottom here earlier. So I think this is legitimate resistance at 310, so I'm gonna go for the scalp. Part of the reason it's a scalp trade is the trail, like the break of the trend wasn't at 307.5, it was all the way down here at 306. So really, like the actual trade should have been 306 trend break into this level, but I end up taking it where I could, where I found there was a little bit of support to join the trend line. I'm still thinking I might short AMD. I might be changing my mind about shorting AMD, to be honest with you.
I'm getting out more open door at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already 245.
It's like if AMD is strong enough to get all the way to VWAP, do I want it again? Or is it only good if it's making lower highs? I think it's only good if it's making lower highs. If it's strong enough to get to VWAP, I probably don't want it anymore for the short trade. So anyways, we just mentioned, I almost said Adobe after the bell, everybody.
Yep.
No one seems to think they're gonna do well. Like every single person in the chat that's mentioned Adobe has mentioned it in the context of thinking they're not gonna do well. Maybe they surprise everybody. So anyways, just very quickly, 310 still looks like it's resistance on Oracle. Maybe you can break through that and there's another long above, like a consolidation above 10, go long again into maybe 13 to 15. Let's go to Adara.
Oh, hi, guys. Lots to talk about here. For one, keep an eye on the Laguna conference. This is a Morgan Stanley conference. Boeing speaking there right now. We do have CEO Kelly Ortberg saying that the company hasn't turned around yet, but they are, quote, turning. So they're in the process of making those improvements. Also saying the company is still aiming to produce 42 planes a month by the end of 2025. Rivian's there as well. I know a lot of these airlines were there. Several comments from Southwest being made earlier today. So that Laguna conference is likely what's moving some of these industrial names. That being said, with regards to Rivian, I have not seen any headlines. Now I want to talk about this Fed chair candidacy for a moment because CNBC was just reporting that Scott Bessent, U.S. Treasury Secretary, met with 3 of the candidates on this visual here, Larry Lindsey, James Bullard, and Kevin Warsh. So all 3 of the former Fed members at the bottom of this infographic reportedly met with Scott Bessent earlier this week to discuss the Fed chair position. Now, it's worth noting, according to the same CNBC report, Scott Bessent is looking to add 1 or 2 candidates to this existing list of 11 candidates. So we have to wait and see what happens there, but it looks like even as the list might be growing, they're trying to talk to some of these contenders here. Back to you.
All right, well, we have now we have 6 days, so 6 calendar days, 3 trading days. We have Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be Fed talk day, and we'll find out exactly what's going on with their expected move in the rate. So let's, oopsies, let me just maximize this and hit refresh here and get the look on the CME. So there it is. I mean, it's definitely getting a cut. Right now, the rates are higher, right? So there it is. It's 92% chance for quarter point cut.
Really?
Followed by 7 for half. They're not going half. So, but I mean, at least there's a chance. Like, I really hope that it's at least 7%.
If it was going to increase, you would have thought it would increase this morning with the data we got.
But that's where it's like it'll just provide so much fire for us if and when that hits, and we're able to be sitting here trading it live with you guys. So join us on September the 17th, next Wednesday, where there it is right there. And then coming on October, I mean, it's just getting there for sure. We'll be down half a point by the time October hits is what they're saying. And then December, we should be 350. Yeah, so it's looking like they're saying it's an 80% chance that we get basically quarter for all 3 cuts. So we'll wait to see if that's going to be the case or not, but it's looking like right now that is true. And then if the Fed obviously cuts 50 on Wednesday, then the odds of all of those quite dramatically
if they cut
change.
50, IWM punch long. Actually, you know what? Maybe you don't. I would have thought IWM almost all the time if you for the punch long if they go 50 basis points. But now that open doors is a squeeze play, you could just punch that instead of the IWM because that should go too.
Open door?
Well, if we get a surprise 50, like I'd think in that case, instead of trading futures, you'd want to punch IWM. There's only one time I've traded IWM on the show, and it was for a Fed day. That's probably the only time you'll see me do it. But that's usually the standard if you think there's going to be a surprise on the rates, is to go with the Russell because those stocks are rate sensitive.
I mean, if there's going to be, I mean, honestly.
But if you can find an individual stock that's even better.
Yeah, but I was just going to say, or the Nasdaq or the SPY. I mean, the market's
they're all going to go
nuts
crazy.
if anything happens. Maybe look at gold, by the way. Gold today, all-time highs, breaking its 1980 level, inflation adjusted. 1980. That was a good year.
That was almost an 80 bid. It was so close. So close.
Yeah, 1 year old there.
Wow.
Okay, so there goes gold today up. Well, it's actually down right now. It must have broke earlier, but the thing is, you can also trade gold over here with Beta Pro. I still hear Adara's mic is live, which is no problem. But calling all Canadian traders, Beta Pro by Global X is bringing back its biggest winner simulated ETF trading competition. Now with over $40,000 in cash prizes. This includes 20,000. Boeing is tanking right now. It's free to enter and open to all Canadians. Trade with 100,000 in fantasy cash on the Webull platform. Whether you're an experienced trader or just getting started, it's a chance to test strategies, build skills, and climb said leaderboard. So if you think you have what it takes, sign up today with Global X. Get there right now. And we've got to go over to Adara.
And more comments here coming from Kelly Ortberg, CEO of Boeing, at this Morgan Stanley Laguna conference. He's saying that even a minor schedule delay on their 777 program has a, quote, pretty big financial impact. So again here, Kelly Ortberg saying that there's likely to be a financial impact from delays with that 777 program, even if said delays are minor. The other thing to remember here as well is previously during this, he said that Boeing is going to be on track to, I guess, get some of this production schedule back to 42 vehicles a month by the end of this year. Kelly Ortberg looks like he's still talking at Laguna. If there are any other updates, I will let you know promptly. And always check the bottom of the screen, as Sean mentioned, for any of these headlines in that lower third of the screen where the tickers are. I will post headlines there whenever I can. And back to you.
Yikes.
Laguna Matata.
That was good.
Yeah, well, so much Matata, it means no Boeing.
Yeah, but there's also plenty of worries right here, I think. Stop talking, Kelly.
I may quit my job and start.
Stop calling. Stop. Well, it's worth a shot.
Maybe.
I still think we should. Karaoke would be an interesting challenge. This is something, I don't know, maybe the next time there's a bet, like, I don't know, if, whatever. It could be England, Italy, whatever we did last time, or maybe the Bills play the Pack, whatever it might be. Because when you talked about it in our fantasy league, a loser of a humiliation bet has to sing a song live at a karaoke spot, but you don't get to choose the song. The other person. Yeah, somebody suggested in our pool.
Okay, did they?
Yeah, somebody did it in the chat.
I mean, one of our friends was singing Backstreet Boys. So
yeah, but he did that of his own accord.
Right. So if he ever loses a bet, he's going to be fine with it.
If he had a few too many, those are yours.
No, they're not. Whose are these?
They're not mine.
Ramin.
Whose glasses are those?
Oh, they're fake glasses.
I assume they were yours.
Probably Joe's. Joe wears them for fashion.
Do I look good in them?
Joe the fashionista.
What do you guys think?
I think you look better in them than normal, yeah.
No, I don't like, no.
I think they're women's glasses.
If I wear glasses, this is how I roll.
Whose are these?
This is how I roll.
Oh, they're on the ground.
On the ground? Why?
Do they have a prescription or?
On the ground. What are they doing on the ground?
I think they might be Joe's because
they obviously belong to
there's no prescription in these.
No, they're not prescription glasses.
They're Ramin's. You don't wear prescription? See what I'm saying? Now she's saying they're Fabians. Like, I don't even understand.
How do you not know who's...
No one's taking responsibility.
Like, they're either... I don't even understand what's going on here.
I go, Fabian, these are for sure yours, right? No, I found them on the floor, you know?
But they're not blue light glasses. They're literally
These are the blue light glasses.
I guess, for fashion. They are blue light?
Sharif and Joe wear stuff for fashion.
These are not
blue
glasses
for fashion.
These don't do jack.
I wear glasses for function.
These aren't doing anything. No.
No, there's no prescription in these. I put them on. There's no prescription.
Anyways, all I was going to say is Boeing's losing the 50. I don't like the look of this. This looks like a possible trim some Boeing to buy it back in $30. That's what I think.
Oh, now you want your glasses back, eh, Ramino? What a surprise. Where are you?
No, those are
these. My wife has a pair like this.
The leopard.
Oh, gosh, damn. You blind, girl.
Oh, for real? No, I got it. Now I want it. Come on, you got it.
I told you, Neil looks better in glasses, man. You should do the...
Oh, that's wild. That's so wild.
You should do the Joe and Sharif wear glasses for fashion, Neil. I was telling you.
Glasses.
People like those glasses.
No, I legitimately wear these because I was complaining. We look at screens all day long.
Yeah, these are the blue blockers.
You know, I have to go to my optometrist a couple times a year. There's glaucoma in my family, and I was complaining of headaches. He's like, "Well, what do you do?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I'm sitting in front of screens all day long." He's like, "Oh, okay." Yeah. He's like, do you have like the blue light, the shade they put on those? Back in the day, we used to have those. And I didn't. And he's like, well, get some blue light glasses. And I put those on. I wear them when we're not on the show.
Andre, come get these.
And I wear them at home in the evenings. And ever since then, I have less headaches, with the exception of the last couple of days with these screens that are right in front of us.
Everyone's seeing Andre for the first time, maybe.
There he is. Let's see.
No, go take them. Go put them on. Go work with them on. I want to.
No, you should. It makes a difference. No, it makes a difference. You sleep. I sleep better as well.
That's $50. Okay. All right.
And you can get it. You don't have to pay. You can get a cheap pair. Like I paid
playing around with
I paid like $30 for mine, and I have a pair at home. I wear them in the evening before I go to sleep. My sleep improves. All that kind of stuff, man. It's all good.
What's up, Andre?
What else we got?
Okay. Oh, I just wanted to review Open Door because you might have heard me saying as we were doing some of the ads and Neil was talking, I was just like, I'm getting out of Open Door. I'm getting out of Open Door. So right now I have less than 15% left. It came back in. It broke. Well, first of all, we got more out in the 40s, or 38s, fine. The last couple outs there, breaking through 30 there, so we got a piece out there. That's a 21 period moving average on a 1 minute chart, and then we got another out at 22, breaking through again, so 25 break. So, now we're up here. I was always going to stop out at the 50 period moving average, so I'm going to stick with it, right? I mean, when we first took the trade, this trade was, I guess, 15 or 20 cents worth of risk. It started to blow up even less than that, and now we're all the way up here. So let's just follow our rules. That's 10.08, so let's put a stop in at 10.04. So that would basically flatten us out for nothing. So we'll just put all the money we made in our pocket. I mean, giving something back from the top, fine. We're never going to catch the top, but the fact that we're able to empty out of 30% of it up there, I'll take that all day. I mean, Open Door early was a trip. Like we had so many shares that we were just like out, like on the way up there because never knew when it was going to collapse on the way back down, right? And so just to be, again, well positive on this name today. So there it goes, upside for us. We stopped out of Alibaba at 155 on the way down there. So it looks like it's going to be a good trade at the end of the day, getting stopped out there. But we do have a couple outs near the high side of 156, and that's after our 150 longs. So sometimes you get lucky with an intraday move on a report that you maybe not were expecting. But the idea is to be long on the good news anyways. So it just happened to be even better news that escalated this higher. But it wasn't breaking 151, so we got out, we reloaded, then we started getting out here again at 150, like that's 60, 70 cents. Then there's like another 151 area, that's about $1.50, and then it really started to blow up. So my number one stock today is going to be Alibaba. We only have red on one name. We're red on IBIT right there, and that was in and out, like real quick on IBIT, and I still feel right about it. We wrote down on the note that we were going to go short 65. The highest it's been was 65.20, but as it was coming up, that's where you guys even saw me take it. I was like, I'm not sure. Like we were long NVIDIA, we were long Open Door, we were long Baba, and just the market felt pretty decent there right off the open. So we were able to cover, get out of a third of it for free, and then we took a 10 cents or 15-cent hit on the last 2/3 of that trade. So we'll put a red mark over there. But at the end of the day, it was all good. All right, Boeing's made some bottoming candles on this news there again, and 42 planes, was it, Adara, per month?
42.
Yeah, like that's huge. Like the margin and what these planes mean for Boeing, that's huge. And it's great to know that they've got the workers to be able to do that, to talk about it. But then they were saying that, any sort of a labor disruption,
yeah.
Or any sort of short, that's what, I was trying to do disruption and shortage in the same way. But that he was saying that that's really going to start affecting that, right? So they do carry a lot of debt as well, Boeing. So you got to watch out for that. Could be
you have to remember the good thing for them is all of these deals, all of them, they're not necessarily in stone with the trade talk. Like every single deal that the president makes, that country is putting in orders for Boeings. And there's an easy reason for that, because it takes them forever. Like if you put an order for Boeing, it's like 10 years or 12, I think it's Airbus is 10 and they're 12, something like that. So it's like a commitment to invest in America, but you don't have to put anything down now. So it's an easy thing to negotiate, and it's good for Boeing, and then you win a bunch of points. So it's going in all these deals. It seems to be the case, but like none of them are like in stone yet. So it seems like a little bit of a sell the news for sure. So I don't know. I like the fact that it's bouncing here, but I'll probably give it a day. But I am actually considering trimming some Boeing. I think I'll give it a day. I'll talk myself into giving it a day, and then maybe tomorrow make a decision. Because if this gets to the 200 period moving average, or it gets to $200 and I didn't sell anything, and then to buy it back down there, I'll be mad at myself. And I don't want to be mad at. I don't want to be mad at myself.
You might have just, what's up, Horns?
Horns.
Krispy Kreme to meme.
Oh,
that's
my
not.
goodness, yes.
I was just thinking about it, so
I'd kill for a. Well, I wouldn't actually know. That's,
do you remember what their symbol is?
D.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's DNUT. Right here.
Oh,
so
you know
go
what?
over. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not D's nut, Neil. DNUT. Right there. So here it is. I just want to say it's a. Come on, what the. Okay. Right here. This is not a horrible idea at all. A 23% short float for DNUT. Okay. That's something there. So we could talk about that. Obviously, the float, whatever, 92 million shares. You know, the float also on Open Door is quite big, right? So, so that would be something to talk about just real quick. The other thing too is if you're going to look at DNUT right here, look at what's happened to DNUT. It's been decomposed. I mean, it's all the way to the downside right now. Potentially, like, look, Open Door.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
Open Door just came back in, so we just got stopped out of Open Door. Fine, we'll talk about that in a minute. But this is not a bad candidate for that. I don't want to stamp it and say go for it, but like, look at this right here, July 23rd, maybe earnings, maybe not, but it has the ability to go. It went from $3 this day up to $6 the next day.
23% short.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So 23% short float with, again, a fun symbol. Let's call it like it is. You know, this could get some traction out there. It's a similar play. Like, I don't know if Krispy Kreme owns their stores, if it's a real estate play or not. That could be potential there. Obviously, donuts and everything, you know, with the GLP-1 and all that kind of stuff. We've seen names like
tough
Pepsi.
road to hoe for these guys.
Yeah, there's some roads being hoed. But, you know, at the end of it all, first of all, this is why we are who we are, I think, anyways. Risk management. You know, you don't get to be sitting here for as long as you do when this kind of stuff happens and you don't get out. I mean, you just get out when it breaks. There's the nice play. Now, I hope someone went short, and I hope you sort of heard what I was saying about getting out. I think it still pops potentially from here. I mean, you got to get down into the 200 period moving average and see 970 first, which it might get into. But yeah, I don't mind this, Horns. I mean, let me know in the chat if you guys like this, and maybe there is a reason to buy some DNUT right here, because again, it's a good ticker. It's a fun name that people could get behind there, and well beat up, 23% short float, an American story. I don't know. I mean, it could work. So yeah, I know nothing at all about the fundamentals other than they have good donuts that if you put them, I haven't had one in a minute,
they're tasty.
But if you put one in the microwave, man, those are good.
I used to eat like
straight
oh my goodness,
Krispy Kreme donuts. I mean, when they first came here in Mississauga, there was a lineup for hours and like literally hours for people to grab these donuts.
I remember
not even expensive.
No, I remember when they first came. It was complete insanity. There was one job. I worked like
someone sent some Krispy Kreme
years and years ago. I was working installing, you know the flip signs. I forget there's a name for them, like the big bulletin board signs, like the big, not bulletin board. Why can't I think of the name?
Like billboards.
Billboards, the big billboard signs that you see like on the road. But like there's ones at like the bridge in Windsor when you cross the border, and it's the ones that have the flips. They're really intricate to whatever. I was doing install on that over a week, and I remember the team. Like every single morning, every freaking morning, it was a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. That was breakfast. And because you're working late, you're just burning calories anyways, and you're young, so I could do whatever I wanted. And I'm like, oh my God, I was eating like 6 of those bad boys a morning. It was just crazy, and they're so good. I never once got sick of them.
Glorilla.
Which I love.
Yeah, what's up, Dijon Mustard? Yeah, someone send us some Krispy Kreme donuts. Go find the address online.
No, it's you guys don't.
It's already 3:04 anyways. Maybe
I would. Where is it?
Yeah, I know where there's a couple. There's one on DuPont and Spadina as well. I drive by it every day. Right there.
It's a good thing it's not.
It's a
good thing it's not close.
Okay, here we go. I can stop and bring some in tomorrow, maybe. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Look, I said, again, man, from I guess my voice to your ears. Like we had talked about maybe Open Door had a chance to get going, but I did say that we'd like to see it at the 200 period moving average. So it does break down, and there it goes all the way back up. I mean, I don't know if anything's going to stop this name today. This could be a very interesting talk after hours. All right, so we come through tonight. Adobe is reporting, and they've been beat up for a minute. Their EPS, they're looking for $5. Their revenue still $6 billion. I feel like the revenue might be light. I just want to see if enough people have canceled some of their recurring memberships here for Adobe. The thing is that even though AI is going to be eating Adobe's lunch, and I just wonder like how much of that has already been talked about. Like it's not rocket science to say like right now, I can see the tools that we're using around here, Canva, and there's other free things. Not that Canva is free, but there's other free options that are out there that make your life a lot easier as a designer or anything like that. But at the end of the day, you want high quality products, and it's not my realm, and maybe Adobe's not as high quality anymore, and maybe it's overpriced for what they offer, but I just think that there's a lot of business right now, marketing departments, advertising, content creators and stuff like that, that you know, for whatever the yearly or monthly membership is for Adobe, I wonder if it's still worth keeping, because if you're making high quality product from Adobe, then do you cancel that just to save a couple bucks, right? I mean, I wouldn't.
Is it not?
It's like eSignal, right? Like eSignal is probably the most expensive charting platform out there, okay? And the thing about it is like I've used it for 25 years. And do I know that there's TradingView for free? Yes. Is there all these other things for free? Yes. But you stick with what you know.
Traders are like the old dogs in new tricks, I think, for that. My only concern for Adobe is everything in this AI cycle, and that chart reminds me of Salesforce. And I get it, they don't do the same, they're not the same business, but it's like, it's as if they're missing the boat the same way.
But the problem with Salesforce is in this environment should be working, no?
Yes.
But that's so, but
it's not.
Adobe shouldn't be working in this environment. So I feel like the problem is, like, Salesforce is a huge, way bigger problem.
I think Salesforce is missing, you know what?
It's bouncing off the 200.
I don't know why they're missing so badly, but the charts are almost identical. Since this AI rally has been happening, both those two charts have been almost identical. What was the expected move on Adobe? 10% expected move on Adobe. So what you can think about here is when you're at the, there we go. We've seen this before. Like it's priced that if it to go 10% down, essentially is you're breaking down underneath the low. Right, so if it makes that 10% and is to the downside, it's now consolidating under the 52-week low. But if it breaks it out to the upside, you've got like blue sky, not blue skies, but you've got some air.
Yeah.
And so that's like this is one where you really hope they can pull the surprise off, because the continuation play, if this is up more than 10%, I think would be fantastic. I'm a little skeptical. Like it's like CRM felt like it was going to go through, and it's a pure chart thing. I'm being very technical about this because CRM, unfortunately, Friday charts on a Thursday. Heyo, there we go. You know, unfortunately for CRM, like it's been making the bottom. They report, it holds the low and is unable to break out. Just cannot get over the hump, and that just tells you that it's being leaned on. If it pops, someone is selling the stock, whether it's people that are dumping every single short move or small move up, or it's people shorting this, and Adobe's got the same pattern. It needs to break it, and maybe that's the only way Adobe's going to get out of its own way. Surprise everybody once, break some of this out, and then see if you can get a continuation. Oh, by the way, that Warner Brothers, keep forgetting that this is now a thing. Warner Brothers. Right, so the story, you know, potential bid here for Warner Brothers. Every now and then when something settles down like this, it's like, is the market going to figure out exactly what this deal is going to be? Don't get trapped by assuming that the market knows what a deal will be when it settles at a price on speculation of a deal.
So what was the news there? Do you remember?
No, so it was Paramount. It was a Paramount Skydance is preparing a bid. I'm trying to remember the symbol off the top of my head. I trade a lot of buyouts and look at a lot of them, so I don't remember the symbol. But there was one where very similar the day before, and it leveled off, and you're like, oh, the market's got this right. This is what the premium's going to be. It's probably going to be around this price or better. And then the deal ended up being like 10% down, and people got moked if they tried to hold it overnight. Because when they announced the terms of the deal, it ended up being much lower. So don't assume because the market seems to think it might be around here that any kind of a bid would be at this price. Okay. It's a bad assumption to make. And your upside sometimes can be limited because like it's already popped like 30% and with a high much higher. There's a pretty decent premium to begin with here. If you start working off of like a 30-day moving average, which is 30, 60, or 90-day moving average, and you slap a premium on that, it's already giving you a bit of the move. Day trade it fine, like you can probably get some longs, but for the hold, I don't know if it's worth it without knowing the terms of the deal. What's going on with that?
What? Yeah, Rigetti. That's what I was just going to say, actually. Brian Shannon, Nadera and I were on the recap show on Tuesday, of course, and Brian was there. And he goes, oh, I have a name that you'll like, Sean, because I know you like rigatoni. And I was like, okay. But he was like, what about Rigetti right here trying to get going? Now, I can't remember exactly what he saw, but, we always, Brian and I are pretty much attached at the hip with a lot of our ideas. And this was just off the 50-period moving average. I mean, just look how good that looks on the daily. So I feel like we were talking about that. And this was a name that he had brought up to his attention through some scans that Rigetti had bounced off of the 50-period. Now, I didn't look at QBTS. I mean, they all ION Q. They all tend to go, similarly. So Rigetti. But what's up, Adara?
Yeah, again here, we did get a little bit of that volume spike in Warner Brothers. That is because we do have CNBC reporting that the PSKY WBD deal could be as soon as next week. So again, CNBC reporting this deal could happen as soon as next week. Back to you.
All right, man. It's now 5 hours until kickoff. What do they kick off at 8 o'clock? So we're really excited to see Jaden Daniels.
At least we're not picking them.
VJ Love. Yeah. We got to go through our. It's I don't want to call it that word.
What is everyone doing in Survivor this week?
Survivor, that's what.
And why shouldn't we just put all 12 entries on Baltimore?
Who is it? Washington?
The Ravens.
What? Which team?
The Ravens. Ravens can't lose.
Oh, Ravens. Huh.
The Ravens are not losing. There's just no way. There's absolutely no way.
Like if you guys if anybody works at FanDuel, like
No, the Ravens just came off a gut-wrenching loss to obviously the Buffalo Bills, a real team. And now they're at home against the Browns. They're going to mop the damn floor with
the Browns are barely, like, what's Joe Flacco going to do? The guy could have, like...
The line's probably 2 touchdowns.
All right, so here we go. Let's just go for the money line. Yeah, it's 11 and a half. So, all right, so, in a Survivor pool, you're just trying to pick a winner every single week. You would think it would be easy, but we have 12 goes at it. So, and the thing is, you want to put mixed odds. You don't want to always pick, the number one team, but I think we could almost put all 12 on the Ravens, because if they lose to the Browns, then I'm fine losing all the money that we put into it. The next high spread, I mean, the Jets versus the Bills. I mean, we don't want to use the Bills on the road. I don't want to use the Lions on a intra conference game, so divisional game. Sorry, they're in the same division, NFC North. Okay, Dallas. No, it's only 1.5. Everything 3 points, 6 points here. Cardinals at home against the Panthers. Neil, maybe we go 8 on the Ravens, 4 on this.
What's the other one?
I don't know, man. I mean, the Cardinals could lose at home against Panthers. That's
they struggled to beat. They struggled to beat the Saints. And the Saints
Vikings, Falcons. I mean, Falcons might be without Drake London and Daryl Mooney.
But the problem is, if you have to wait to know if they're both out, and you got to make your picks before that. Like yeah, because you have to pick before Sunday's game starts. So it's kind of tricky like that. Like if there's a big injury in the Sunday night game or the Monday night game, you can't wait around to make your call.
Okay.
And I would hate to pick them, and then all of a sudden those guys both suit up, and then you lose your edge. Everyone's looking in the chat, that's bad strategy going all in Baltimore. I understand, and you have 12 entries, going all in.
Bad strategy.
Going all in. The reason I think it early on is the competitive advantage you get from getting all of them through like that, because we don't do stuff like this, and this way we keep losing. Just take some chances. Just go all in with one team and pull it off a couple times, and then you're way ahead of the line.
As I said, we have 12 teams. You could do like a 10 and a 2 or an 8 and a 4.
Okay, 10 and 2 I'm down with.
Because that way.
10 and 2, but I don't want to pick the Falcons because I don't want to pick the Falcons. What was the other one?
We're picking against the Falcons.
What was it?
Picking Minnesota,
but I don't.
NFC Defensive Player of the.
You just heard the rant I made on JJ McCarthy yesterday.
Yeah.
I would feel wrong if we picked
JJ
him.
McCarthy, I think, is going to be fine.
There's got to be something else. Cowboys to the home of the Giants.
Just quickly, we'll find that out. Right now, Open Door goes all the way back. So
you've got to be kidding me this time.
All the way back to 1050. So, we got stopped out there of our last 5%, or I might have even been less than that, on the way down there. But now it's right back up to where we've never seen before. So there's big size. That's not even big size. There's not even any kind of a level here, this really is GameStop-esque, honestly, like a billion shares today going through for Open Door, like a $10 stock, turned over the float many times, I'd imagine. Like this is just an absolute monster stock. Keeps on like, almost every single, well, obviously every single dip gets bought up if we're at day's high, but it doesn't go down for very long. I mean, this was a pretty prolonged downside move, right? From 10 all the way to 928. You might have thought the move was over then, but it still bounces clean off the 200 period moving average. So all I would really do is sort of put in the old noggin here and just be like, hey, look, if we ever break through that 200 period moving average, then maybe that is the sign. But until then, I would just keep on buying these dips and then wait till eventually you break that 980. Well, it's not going to get down there right now, but that would be an area for concern. And yeah, I don't know, still working out. So there it goes. Let's just keep going. Yeah, thanks for the steak tonight. You're right about that one, Ed. So shout out to that. We're already, the wife, we had some wings in the freezer. She took them out, so I'm getting ready to throw those on the Barbie. She's making some homemade nachos, and it's going to be like a nacho platter because my kids don't like the jalapenos or the olives or anything like that. So it's kind of mix your own nacho plates. I think that was a good idea, so shout out to Marissa for that one. And yeah, today, looking over at the net, it can pay for dinner, so that's good. So Open Door, and I think it was Luis this morning, right? He's like, you know, trade what you do well. I mean, we do IPOs well, big caps well, Open Door well. I like trading them all. I think the thing to learn about that is understand, you know, make your own kind of a list, whether or not it's a sticky note like this. Obi started using sticky notes. We all make our own notes, and I just think that it's important that you have a trade idea like Yadira will know, you know, spready names or whatever that she likes to trade. Whether or not profitable on them is a different story, but likes to trade them, right, for all of us. It's just a matter of trading the same style and trying to learn it and then get better and then up your shares. Because I know we have a read there that it says like, you know, you don't need to use a lot of money to make a lot of money, but you actually do. So the thing about it is you got to use some shares, you got to put some risks into it. You don't know until you know. So that's why, you know, we get this going, you get your lists out, you put them, you know, you follow them, and that's what it is. So my number one stock today is Alibaba on here. My number two stock today is Open Door on here. IBIT's on here and NVIDIA's on here. So we've traded them all. We're in NVIDIA right now. NVIDIA's actually coming back in quite nicely here. What is the market doing right now? So there's a couple outs for us. We don't have...
That's so weird because AMD spiked out of nowhere.
Did it? So maybe there was a story.
So spiked up, not down. Like right, you just said NVIDIA went back down. AMD just spiked up into the volume weighted, like a huge volume candle. I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is actually going to break up, and maybe I don't like VWAP anymore, and I look over, and NVIDIA was going down. Now they're both bouncing. It's a bit weird. So AMD looks like it might be a little bit stronger than it was before for reasons unknown. If it comes into VWAP and fails again, then this time I'll take a shot. It's certainly told you that 156.5 has held for sure. John Del Segno in the chat says, it's the fear of Adobe that's causing these to move. Or Alpha saying compared to SMCI. You know what? I have not looked at this stock at all today. I couldn't even tell you what it looks like. I mean, I'd say pretty boring inside day on SMCI. Yeah, wow. Exactly $1 range inside of yesterday's range, but stronger than the other two, I suppose. They get stronger than the other chips. They're above VWAP. Those two are beneath it. It was Micron that was, if you're looking for a chip name that was distinctly different today, I guess it still is Micron. Micron's up 8%, and it's pulled back $5 from the highs. Remember, just tuck this one away when we're only looking at AMD and NVIDIA on a daily basis. Sometimes some SMCI, Broadcom, not enough. But Micron in the memory space has been on an absolute tear. And the reason for this 8% up candle, they got a price target upgrade. That's it. From 150 to 175. An analyst says price target's 175, not 150. And after already moving like 20, 25 bucks in 5 days, it just does another ramp job and goes up 15 at one point. So big day for Micron in what has already been a big couple of weeks. And remember what we keep saying? When a stock starts respecting the moving average in the right way. Like, look at this allergic to holding over the 200 period moving average. There was some funky stuff happening at the stock at $110 for a very long time. But when it finally held the 200 period moving average and broke out above it, at any point, you buy any dip after this point in here where it's breaking out above the 200 period, and you're just golden. You buy into the move, you're good. You buy the dip, it doesn't even touch it. Now it's holding the 50. That was one that probably got away. And don't sleep on this break in 160. Micron probably still has more juice to go. When to buy Oracle? I don't know.
$3 what's it at right now?
Well, I mean, you mean like in general or today? I was gonna tell you, well, I think it's gonna go from this 307 and it didn't break 310, like we scalped it to 310. Look at hold the line at 310. So obviously breaking out 310 this afternoon is not gonna be a thing. I don't know if I'll love it with only 40 minutes left. When it got up there, I was like, yeah, if it holds a higher low, we'll take the 310 break for another scalp trade. That didn't happen. So outside of saying to you the lazy answer of the low of the day is 305, maybe you take a shot there. I don't think I will. If it hits low, $300 makes sense, but that's not a today trade. You got to remember Oracle, it's still this is only day 2. It has plenty of time to actually really settle down after that blowout. That blowout, it wasn't even blowout earnings. It was the guidance of the only reason why they did what they did. So it's still settling down, and it's been mostly sell the news. Outside of 30 to 40 minutes off of the open yesterday, they've been selling the stock. So you catch your bounce plays if you can. It's great. Like, I'll be the first to tell you, oh, great, you scalped a win there for a long, because that's all you can get. Like, there's a scalp long, but the shorts are printing on Oracle, straight printing, and they might hit the low of the day again today. I'm actually thinking of I'm going to show you my black chart because I don't want to redraw this line. Getting lazy in my old age. You were saying one of the moving averages.
Yeah.
But since
it's open.
So there was that seller at 994 that I didn't have a look at it when it broke, but it was a ton of shares there of 94, 95, 96. But since that pullback, it's been holding this trend right on a $10 break. So if this loses $10, it's losing this trend line, which allows you to basically attempt to short 98 or 99 on open, maybe give it a really tight stop and just see if it's actually going to pull back anywhere near VWAP. That's the play I'm looking for. And I just realized, do we have free locates on this? I hadn't even tried to short it today, so I didn't even know if we had locates. It's free.
Open door?
That's also dangerous.
Yeah, I guess so, because I never got the warning that I was throwing out too many shares. So.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, when you're throwing out take profits, anyways, it's...
Yeah, like if I have 100 shares and I throw out an offer for 150, if there's not enough shortable shares,
it'll reject the order.
It'll reject it, or it'll have to reclassify it as that. So, okay, I just wanted to, we're going to go to Tesla. Tesla, by the way, I mean, I see everybody in the chat, it broke. Look, both Neil and I were talking about this level breaking, and I love the level. It's just the futures aren't really doing anything. I've been having, a pretty decent day right here, and it's just like I don't necessarily want to go for this right now, because even if it drips back in, I just don't know if there's enough juice in the futures to get it going. I am someone that likes to trade with the market, and if I don't really see too much excitement, I mean, the market's up, so it's not that. It's just it's such a move up there for Tesla on not really too much news. Like there is news, that's fine, but I mean, just right here, we're gonna go to Adair in a second to get some sort of a news. But it's just this technical break. Like if this was in the morning, trust, this would probably be the only trade I'd have all day. But for right now, let's let it settle down. Let's go over to Adair and figure out what the story is, either with Tesla or whatever she wants.
Looks like this is autonomous vehicle related. They're announcing here that their testing registry certification application was submitted on September 3rd, processed on September 10th, and they do have autonomous plates and certificates issued. This headline does not say where this was, like locationally. If I have more details, I'll let you know. But either way, Tesla making some positive announcements here when it comes to their certification application for AVs. Back to you.
So thanks, Adara. So there it goes. Like, and this is why I'm saying about the news, like stories like that aren't, for me, are good at needle move, and then there it is right now, back down through. So there's 50 cents worth of a hit, right? So instead of me looking over and losing whatever, $50 on 100 shares or whatever I would trade it with, I don't, so I don't have to worry about it. But again, the fact that we broke there, great. I like it. But looking at this, I mean, I like looking at topping tail or whatever wick candles on 5-minute charts better than 1-minute charts because too much noise. And that's pretty brutal right there. So someone came in and definitely sold that 368 top regardless of any news. But again, there's wicking tops everywhere and bottom. So it's like you can really pick and choose what you want to look at. But at least I feel, again, somewhat justified there by not taking that trade because I would have been out of it. And Eduardo, yeah, a little bit of a family secret here maybe from yourself. Eduardo says try a banana on the barbecue or on fire, I guess a fire pit or whatever. Fire it for a while until it melts. Okay, melting the banana, got it. Then add brown sugar and cinnamon, serve with vanilla ice cream. I mean, I'm not a huge cinnamon guy, but I get...
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I get that sounds delicious. Serve with vanilla ice cream. Red pepper. Oh, like actual, yeah, I am all about grilled vegetables. So right now in my garden, we have crazy zucchinis right now. And I love a grilled zucchini just with like salt and pepper. Throw that on the grill, man. Put a little, maybe some olive oil or whatever on those. Like you don't need anything at all. Grilled zucchini. You know what? Tonight, I'm gonna post the wings I'm going to cook, and I'm throwing on some grilled zucchini. That is one of my favorite. Okay, there it comes right now. There's Tesla right now. So bang on not taking the trade right there. So we're still in our NVIDIA long. It's 23 cents in the money. We did get out of Open Door. I'm going to get out of NVIDIA now. It's 10:30. It's 10:30 right now. It's 3:30 right now, and I don't need to even really. So there we go. Getting up. I was going to get out. I just got out at 177.30, so we'll take another little bit of an out there on NVIDIA and start to wrap up the day. A half hour left. If anything starts moving around, we'll look at that. Yeah, so far so good. I mean, VWAP for IBIT maybe?
There's going to be some big, there's a couple of big expected imbalances here today. To the S&P 400, you've got FTI and Skechers. Skechers deal closing. That's
sketchy.
Expected 11 million shares to the sell side. FTI is the addition. That's notionally $1.4 billion worth and 35 million shares. So they're both in the right direction currently. You've got FTI is currently a decent size long at 8 million, and Skechers is an unpaired 7.6 million. You're going to see these probably stay and be pretty solid. We'll see. We have about 20 minutes to go. It's the regular caveats. Just because it's a seller bounce or a buy and bounce does not mean it has to move in that direction. And just because the early look is this way does not mean it has to come out that way at 350. Now you can make informed decisions to get into position anticipating it, but just understand that that can easily just go against you. One other thing, if you're trading Skechers, it's trading above the actual bio price.
So I'll say it's sketchy.
Which is very sketchy. Like
very on brand for them.
Well, no, it's... No, I don't know what's going on with it either.
Fire.
I'm taking a small shot at it early, but it's like it's 30 pennies above the bio price, which is a little bit weird. AMD is getting a VWAP. Second time into VWAP, nice trend. Open Door is still holding that trend line, by the way, so still looking pretty good. If it breaks 10, it breaks that trend line. But this cannot seem to break VWAP. Nice upward trend that's held. If it can close underneath again. I didn't take it here on the trend break because that just seemed too violent, but now you got VWAP as cover. I'm looking for the short here in AMD on that trend break. As long as it doesn't break VWAP, obviously that negates the trade. Might even be a long at that point. But one of those two reversions I'm looking for. Open Door through the $10 level or AMD pretty much through right here. Just closes underneath 156.15 on a 3-minute candle, and I'm taking a shot at the short. Michael Ryan saying the Packers are sketchy. Why are the Packers sketchy?
Dude, probably a Lions fan.
Or Vikings fan.
Yeah.
If you're not a Bears fan.
Or a Bears fan or something.
I actually don't, whatever. I have an affinity for teams that you have like a really hard, it's a difficult history if you're a fan of that team for like the last like few decades. Like being a diehard fan for a team which has disappointed you for a long time.
Blue Jays.
Like I said, like I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I'm a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, and a Toronto Blue Jays fan. So I have a certain sympathy for
I feel like that's
Detroit Lions.
Very geographical based.
Well, it is a little bit. But like if you're a Detroit Lions fan, I feel you. I feel you. If you're a Bears fan, I get it. I can really empathize with you. And now I get to talk all kinds of trash because the Bills are good.
Thing about, look, I mean, I'm a Bills fan too, but I mean, like you know,
it's been rough.
Yeah, it's like it's even almost more disappointing now. At least if you're like a Jets fan or any of these other fans, you don't have any expectations. The Bills are supposed to win the Super Bowl. It's like that's been the case for the last couple of years, or at least win the AFC, and they've never even gone to the Super Bowl.
It's gonna happen.
I'm sure it is gonna happen.
Okay,
so just for everybody, we are almost out of everything here as far as NVIDIA is concerned. So we're underneath VWAP. We're starting to go. I mean, this trade isn't, it's impossible. We don't have that many shares left to turn this into a losing trade or anything like that. So we're just going to do the best we can. Get out right now on NVIDIA and just call it a day, to be honest with you. And that's it there for NVDA and company. So we'll continue to, there we go. We're out. So, I haven't, see, that's what happened. See, that's a short sell, but it's not because I had another offer up there at 178 that never got filled. Right there at VWAP. What a surprise. I had an order at VWAP. Okay, so that's it, man. That concludes our day there. Good job so far. Open Door, obviously it's a good job. I make you look over at the net and know that we've done pretty good today, but Open Door just again, look at that. Whoops. So finally thinks about going down again and just bought right back up. This time it's again another 50-period play. It broke below it before, so I don't know. That NXTT, before someone asks us in the chat, oh, this can't be the right name. What was the name?
No, it was something different. It was penny stock. It was
it was 14 or 15 cents, wasn't it?
I thought it hit 18 cents. What was it?
Yeah, that's the thing. It was 18 cents. What was it, man? Yeah. NXTT. Okay, good. Someone just there in the chat. What's up, Rico? I just want to see what this is. What in the?
Oh, it doubled? Oh my God.
Doubled.
Oh my goodness.
Someone put. Who was it in the chat, man? I'm going to send you a Trader TV Live hat if I can find one. Someone put this name. Shout out to every single person in our chat. Honestly, hit the damn like button, man. We have a wicked community. Someone put this in the chat 3 days ago at 13 or 14 cents, and I was like, okay. Then it went to 18 or 19 cents yesterday. I was like, okay. All right, NXTT, my guy, what is going on? Who are you even in the chat, man? What? NXTT, okay. Again, Next Technology Holdings, let me see, right here, Wagwan. No news since September 5th. So you're a week away from any news. So this is according to the Benzinga Pro platform. I'm just gonna, whatever, it doesn't seem to be anything there. Wow.
Oh, do they have a potential deadline looming for like possible delisting?
Could be. I mean, that's
what's the name of the company?
I just closed it. NXTT. It is Next Technology, but proper word next, like NEXT. Technologies. Next Technology Holding Inc. So that would make sense, right? I mean, I think that's a good call there by Neil. If there is ever a chance of a stock getting delisted, they get their warning from the Nasdaq.
Oh, is this a Chinese company?
Is it Chinese? I mean, how do you think they're funding their programs over here? But yeah, no, nice move there for NXTT. And again, congratulations to anybody that somehow knew anything about this name. You win. That's a chicken dinner.
How are they still listed? They got a notice a year ago.
There it is. D. Westermeyer, 6 employees.
They literally got a delist notice.
This is why we should just
in
list
April of last year.
How many employees we have? We have like 6 employees.
Wow, okay, that's so interesting.
Check that. Yeah, well, Sharif, I mean, Auto Antics. I mean, we talked about this. Sharif didn't check it out. Look, what I'm going to say to you guys is just make sure you follow the people you follow and the people you want to follow. Everybody's going to have their own thing, right? So just do it. We don't share. Like I said, we can follow all of our trades. We don't share P&Ls, and you can talk about Sharif's and Joe's trader stories and what theirs has been like, and it's going to be different than Neil and I's, and everybody has a completely different road to what they're doing. So yeah, shout out to Sharif and Joe on the midday show. But again, 33 cents, like what a great stock. For me, it never matters really what the prices are. Do I prefer to trade stocks over $1? Yes. And part of that is because there's just too many options a lot of the time between, like, if you take a big amount of shares, I'm not just going to trade this just for fun.
You have to mentally
it's like
move
a different level.
You have to mentally move the decimal place.
Right.
What I will say is this. The order entry for penny stocks now versus how it used to trade it was so much easier back in the day when there weren't so many gateways, and under some of the old systems, like when you had like the Nasdaq ones, you had like the super montage, and it was like the main gateway, and you didn't have to worry so much about how many different gateways you would be on. And anyway, I could get into a long story about why it can be different for prop traders. That being said, I actually think if you're trading small, I would say if you're trading small cappers and that's your bag, then I think you want to try to find a way to include penny stocks when they set up. That's all. That's what I would say. But I have an extreme bias in that because I cashed my first checks as a trader trading penny stocks, like the first half year.
Yeah, same.
You know, so I have a bit of a bias in being very open to when they're good. They're good. Really good. I was only interested if they had a delisting notice because sometimes there's like this pump to get to $1. But the only one I could find for that was in April of last year, which is a while. That was a long time ago. I don't know, weird. Anyways, AMD's breaking trend. I'm gonna slip into that one as this time it breaks the trend a little bit closer to the volume weighted average price on AMD. It's still at 330. The only things on here, like I said, were those two deals. No big imbalances otherwise, unless you happen to care about Ford. Everybody, Ford is a 2 million sell imbalance. You know Ford's going to be fun when it breaks $12. Ford is just hanging out at, this just reminded me again, Ford is just hanging out. It just bounced off to 50, big double top on Ford at $12. This could be one of those little fun breakout trades where you don't care about Ford for such a long time, and then this finally happens, and then for a day or two you care about Ford again. And then you just stop. Then we stop caring about Ford after it fails at like 14 or something. But yeah, good trend for Ford at 12. I would have zero interest in ever really owning the stock in the long term. Again, because I think I messed around with it. There was a point where like it kept bouncing off $11 and you could get a dividend. So like there was this whole get in, sell some at 14, 15, reload at 11, sell some while you're holding a position and you're getting a dividend thing that was kind of cool. And then that stopped working because the stock stopped working. So that game was over.
Ford is, I probably still own some of it. I was just looking, I still actually own a decent amount of Alibaba, so that's pretty good. Not hugely in the money. I didn't buy any dips on Alibaba, but Alibaba's been a good stock today and for a little bit of time here. As this one, I mean, again, the reason why it has such a cheap PE is because it's China, right? I mean, I would invest any money, serious money in China. It's about 1% of my portfolio, which is pretty good. I actually want to answer a question right here. Where was it? Shout out to Bob the dog, man. Congratulations, man. I'm glad to have traders watching the show for sure. So congratulations to you. All right, so where was it right here? Someone said, all right. Where is it? Oh, there it is right here. What's up to Abhishek? What's up, Abhishek Desai? Yeah, so most people's portfolios are at all-time highs. You guys would know that mine probably is. I've been looking at it. I'm big into tech and all these ETFs and all the indexes. So I think, like most people, I don't know all-time highs, but close enough to it. I mean, the market's going to be at all-time highs. Most portfolios, if you're market-based, are going to be there. So nothing to write home about. But you're answering here, what's next for the rest of the year? I think a lot. Like I think that, you know, as people get complacent with their trades, I mean, you're going to have maybe some more passive investing. I think that a lot of people that started off the year potentially a little lower, people that were wondering if tariffs are going to be a problem. A lot of money got out of the market in April and they're just trying to get right back into it. And it's been obviously a tough road to hoe to get back into the market right now because of how it's been moving. It's just basically straight to the upside. I mean, just look at the Qs or anything like that. If you're looking at a day chart of this thing, it's been quite an epic move higher. And pretty much all of the dips have been bought up since April. So I would say the same kind of thing. There's still going to be a lot of money on the sidelines. I mean, I know a lot of money managers that had to cash out traders or portfolios just because they didn't want to be involved. I mean, there was a really negative spin to President Trump's first, 90 days or whatever. Or I guess in the new year, obviously the first 90 days were great, but once we started talking a little more serious about tariffs and GDP expansion or decline there, people got out and got nervous, and I just wonder how much money hasn't gone back in. You're seeing, flight to safety names like gold ripping to all-time highs today. This is a 40-year high for gold. 40-year high for gold. So there is a lot. Did the monitors came in? Oh, darn it. Okay. I was just wondering, Mark's doing some work over here. So, but anyways, we're getting excited because we're getting ready. The new desk is getting ready to go over there for our news desk. It looks like it might be ready. I don't know. For that one, I know they have to set up the cameras and all the technology. There it is right there. Hey, Fabian, what's going on right there as the new desk is getting set up there? That's just to that, over to the side of us right there. Hey, Fabian.
Like 15 feet.
Boy, your hair getting long. Boy, your hair getting long, my guy. Right there. But anyways, that's what we're doing. We're getting ready to go. So yeah, to answer your question, what's in store for the next little bit? Bullish, more bullish into year end. I mean, we had a great earnings season. It doesn't look like people are, by the way, open door new intraday highs. It doesn't look like people are getting too scared about any of their positions. Like I said, crypto's been holding out pretty well. Gold is at all-time highs. Interest rates remain low, so it's not like people are going to be, funneling their money into high-yielding accounts or anything like that. The Nasdaq and the S&P 500 continue to work. So with this market multiple, I could see a little bit of a pullback, but I'm not worried about some sort of a flush out.
What opens a stack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So close above 10. You know the old IPO retake the IPO open level?
Yeah.
Like that trade.
We went back to that level.
Yeah, like that trade's actually potentially happening this week or next week. This is in a monthly chart here for Open Door. Like there's arguments to be made. I think if you talk to Michael Noss, I think he'd say it needs to break here. Like the 12, like the 12, 13 area is what would have to break. I've always kind of believed like once it gets past here, it looks pretty good, the 11 level. But that's a very big monster level. I don't know how much, I've only ever looked at it in depth and even taken any trades for a swing on actual IPOs, never for a SPAC, just to be real with you. Like we talked about it with Robinhood. I like it. SOFI has an example of this, and a bunch of actual ones have examples. But I don't know about Open Door as a SPAC, but it certainly is that same setup.
Yep.
Breaking out that 13 level. And if you think that's impossible, then you haven't been following the market very long. Oh, the other side of this, and this was rightfully mentioned in the chat several times, the idea that there's money coming out of Carvana and going in Open Door. I don't know if that's true, but my response to that is if it's true, then Carvana could be on the precipice of something. This is hugging the 50 period. Like if this breaks down under the 50 period and $350, I think there could be something on Carvana for the short for the next couple of maybe days and weeks. But that's for later. 7 minutes till the 8 minutes till the imbalances.
Oh wow, already.
Yeah, we're getting. What
are we doing for the closing show?
Okay. So negative. Brendan just said the desk it won't be ready. So I guess we'll do it. The closing show will get done here. So I'll get out of here. I guess Adair will slide into my seat and that'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be ready tomorrow. The desk. It's a lot of work because all the cameras, the lighting, and then you got to get everything hooked up and set up.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to move, so it's all good.
Should be fine. Yeah. Okay. So, Open Door just keeps on going. 1060 into the close. Again, a big move higher here today. Oracle's been the disappointing stock of the day in what was yesterday's bell of the ball. Today we give back a little bit. I mean, it was up 38% at the end of the day yesterday, being down 5.5%, it's 8%. 5.8%. Not that bad after all. So cut them a little bit of slack there as Oracle trying to just, get a little bit of a breather today. And the breather started pronto right there, straight off the open. Oracle just kept on falling all day and never really had a chance to go, right? I mean, look at this 200 period moving average right there. Just absorb that, this green line all the way down. Was definitely a good one there. Yeah, not when you short Oracle. Congratulations, D1, right into there. This is what we're talking about. To each their own, right into here. 35K profit. I mean, that's perfect. That's the kind of stuff that we're looking for, right? I mean, whether or not it's $35 profit, 35K profit, it's all a factor of share size. And that's why we say, like, once you're confident in a strategy that you have, use more shares. There's no other advice you're going to get from anybody that makes any sense, in my opinion. So use more shares if you have a strategy that works for you. There's nothing else. That's what trading is. So you have to be able to do that. And I think that if you found something, did I even have to shout out what your name was there? But there it is. Yeah, Dewan. you've obviously done that. I mean, you don't make $35,000 in one day if you're just chilling out. All right, so people are saying Circle's trying to go. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk about FIGR today because that name came out. Wow, Circle. Where is it, Dara? What did I miss on Circle today? A re-rating?
A what?
Okay, yeah. So just upgrades. You know, re-rating on not even on Circle there. So huge move up there, up 20%. And this might be a story. We saw CoreWeave get absolutely clocked from their highs as well. Circle just coming back into. Man, sometimes you look at these things and it's like, damn, like why didn't right into here? That's where the gathering was, right? So it's just like it had based out there right away off IPO, came back to those exact levels again, and boom. So yeah, man, Circle working out. Again,
Circle gets the square.
Yeah, Circle gets the square. That's my line. Okay, so here's FIGR again. Just looking at what they're doing. Not a great IPO. You're going to hear probably that it was fantastic. I don't even know what the IPO range was, but it comes out at 34.50. It goes up to 37 or not even. I think
24, but they uppriced it. Right, it was 25.
Okay, 25. Okay, so good pricing there because it comes out at 36. So there it is, $36 open for this name, and $36 won't be there at the close. So that's back-to-back failed IPOs. If you're interested, Klarna, type in KLAC. There, that's a name from the past. KLA.
Wow,
yeah, I didn't even realize.
I haven't heard that. No,
I thought they got bought out. But okay, Klarna. Wow, another bad.
Another
day for
dump.
Klarna. So I think if you got shares at the IPO price, you actually have to wait your 60 days or whatever it is. So you might not. If you get them at 40.
I know Robinhood gives you a penalty. There's like a penalty if you sell, but in X amount of.
It was illegal to sell, but okay, so. At the end of the day, $40, you're still 10% in the money, but not for long, I have a feeling like. Klarna downside there. Affirm's been obviously another name in the space, $81. If you like Klarna, maybe you like Affirm as well, but that name's also down 3.5% yesterday. So I don't like the space. I coined Affirm when it IPO, buy now, pay never. Obviously, that's not the case. They've done quite well for themselves. I'm not even sure what their IPO price was. You had to wait a while. This name got clocked, obviously, back down to the downside. This was a $20 name back last year. Last year at this time, it was $20.
I'm pretty sure its pandemic nonsense high was like 150.
Maybe even more than that.
Oh, it's New York, isn't it? It's Nasdaq, yeah.
Oh, it's a Nasdaq name.
Oh, never mind. It's 170. No, it's 170.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, 177 or something like that. Wow. Okay, so that's even higher than I thought. But like all things, right? Like everyone remembers those 2021 highs, and the difference was what were the stocks that held higher lows on that pullback on the longer time frames. Those were your big time winners, not the ones that completely broke down. But everyone that tries to catch bottoms, sometimes let it make a rounded bottom. You could have been a year late on Affirm, a year late to the bottom and still done fantastic. And then you don't have to worry about catching a falling knife. So anytime you're looking at, what were we just talking about, Adobe, CRM, whatever the bottom pick might be, you don't have to catch the bottom. Alibaba's not a bad example of that either. Here, look at Alibaba. Oh, I should have stayed on the E-single chart. Look how long Alibaba was at the lows. Super long time, and when it finally regains the moving average and breaks away, you could have missed it here and got it here. You're talking about almost a full year range bound underneath that $80 level, and you could have had that price. You don't have to catch the bottoms, man. Just wait for it to show that the selling is done and the buyers are starting to come in, and you could still get yourself 50, 60% on that stock. With 2 minutes to go to the imbalances, AMD might not be doing what it did before off this level. Like the last time it got here, like it pulled back off of 156.5 and came down to 155.5. Now it can't seem to move more than 25 pennies to the downside. So with the imbalances coming out in 90 seconds, I'm just gonna break even the stock. Should not even break even. I'm just gonna put the stop right in here at the even dollar. Now it either falls or it doesn't when 350 hits. And oh, there's one more. That we still have the the IPO at $40 level is still going to be in play. I think.
Yep. That'll be
from yesterday's IPO. That is a decent chance to be tomorrow. It never happened today, but I think tomorrow is the chance. Anytime the underwriters have to defend the price they issued within the first week, I'm taking the long. I'll bet on their ability to not get embarrassed any day.
40 seconds now until the imbalances, and we'll have a quick look to see, what's going to pop off here. We'll sort it by size and get ready to go. So right now, we'll just wait and we'll see. We'll, visually be able to figure out, what stocks are dropping and or popping. I'm completely out of everything. We can watch out for some Open Door. I mean, I think that's what a lot of you are excited about these days. Some sort of a stock called Open Door. And again, it's going to be a big one. We've done really well on that today. 2 for 2. Well, I guess our first trade we lost, but 2 for 2 on the ideas, going long off the open, that worked, and then going long right here on the $10 break, that's worked. The high of the day for Open Door, 1070. All right, with only now 5 seconds left, let's give a little shout out to the imbalances, 2 and 1, and now let's see, what does Open Door, I don't even know why I'm on Open Door, no matter what imbalance, it's done 1 billion shares today, it's not like the imbalance is gonna mean anything. There is Skechers with a downside play, so that's gonna get, I think that you said that's a deletion, so we'll see if that actually moves there. Whoopsies, sorry about that, I'm not on that stock anymore, so not really affecting it too much, but it was 9 million. All right, Apple with a sell, that might hit it. Yeah, so you do get a little bit of a downtick right there into 230 for Apple, so that's a play there. Google, 1.1 million to sell as well, so that's a potential play. Yeah, look at that, Google giving some back right there into the end of the day sell. Intel with a buy, Open Door with a small buy, but it's not doing anything. Intel doing that, and that's about it. So Amazon with a sell as well for those of you interested in Amazon. I do want to pick up some Amazon, so any sort of love for that name right down now at the day's low again on that sell and balance. So yeah, so far so good.
Kind of a nothing. What's this NEOG? NEOG? What the hell is that? Sorry, what the heck is that? I should in proper language. That's more than double the actual volume on the day. That's what's significant for these imbalances. It jumps out, 3.4 million to the sell side when the stock has done 1.7 million. I didn't see it as it's supposed to be a thing, so I'm not sure if there's index action. By the way, this OLO, that is also another buyout deal that is closing. So those will be relatively muted moves, and FTI was supposed to be much larger than this. The expected imbalance on FTI was 4x this size. So I don't know if that's going to move the needle for FTI. It is, I mean, it's bouncing. It was at the low of the day. Sometimes that gives you some good cover. It was at the low of the day to respect it. But Open Door, just so you know, obviously not taking a trend break at 352. This is going to close pretty much at those highs. And let's not sleep on what we were talking about earlier. You can sort of get an idea of it here, but it's a little bit better if I throw up open on a monthly chart. Look, this seems like it's gone too far, and it's like, yeah, I couldn't go any further than this. But when you start looking historically at, like, what's the price that short sellers are like, yeah, well, whatever. It's never getting back to here. There's shorts that are certainly taking their shot at this into the 11 to 13 area. Now, I don't know that with 100% certainty, but I got a decent idea that there's going to be people thinking that's where the curl's going to be, and it'll do a dip. Maybe it does. I'm just sort of thinking like what the hedgies are probably doing with the stock, and just making best guess. So if it breaks through that, that's when they get their backs broken. All right, I might just take this. AMD's not really moving. There wasn't a buy and balance or anything like that. The market was 1.2 billion sell side and then didn't move down. So I'm considering it's a bit of a nothing burger. Yeah, oh, you know what? I'll hold on and just, my stop's at 156 at this point. So we'll just kind of leave it in and see where it decides to go. But Open Door, man, if it gets into that 11 range, then it gets really spicy for the hedge funds.
Yeah, I think this is already well spiced, right? It's like a pumpkin spice latte. Man, there's too many pumpkin spice things nowadays. Like everybody,
well, it's that time.
Starbucks like brought it, I think, many years ago. Now it's like every single place. Tim Hortons has pumpkin spice. McDonald's has pumpkin spice. I don't even really like pumpkin spice.
I like it. It's just I like it. It's just too much.
Me and Ramin used to be friends, but
everything in moderation.
I think you can have so the question is not about liking a pumpkin spice latte. I shouldn't say that. I just think like how many of those can you have? Like you don't have a pumpkin spice latte every day. Like that it's too unique of a taste for that. I mean, we have a coffee every day, but I mean, I don't. For me, pumpkin spice latte. I don't know. Mark, thumbs up pumpkin spice latte? Thumbs up, okay. So there you go. Maybe I'll get one tomorrow now that I say that. All right, 5 minutes left. Yeah, just a quick look. I know you're just looking at Open Door. IBIT not doing much here into the close. Of course, that's going to be Bitcoin. Let's have a quick look at Tesla. So there it is, man. 368 was the level that most people were concerned with. And look where we're going to end up at, 368. Oh, okay, perfect. Let's go over to Neil.
Absolutely, because every trader knows if you want to grow, you got to risk more. At least that's how it used to be. Trade the Pool is changing that. It's the new evaluation and revolution, I should say, in stock trading. You don't need a large deposit. Trade the Pool is built for any trader who wants to grow without putting everything on the line. You get small skin in the game and you're trading with real capital. So here's how it works. You pay a one-time evaluation fee starting at $47, and that's your total risk. From there, you trade real shares, no CFDs, and using company capital. Head to tradethepool.com or scan the QR code on the screen. Shout out to Trade the Pool. We'll see them in a month. And we'll see them live here in 1 month.
Exactly 1 month, right? No, the 11th is today. They're coming on the 13th or 14th.
Well, just over a month. Yeah.
It's Mitch coming. I don't know if anybody else coming.
Oh, it's just...
I don't know anybody else that's involved.
I thought okay, never mind.
I don't know who the owner is. Maybe he's coming through.
I thought it's the guy in the picture. You know the dude that's in the... There was one ad that we had that was like over and over again. The bald dude who was in the shop. Anyways.
Okay. Anyways, those guys are coming through. They'll be sitting. They won't be sitting with Neil and I, but they'll be at the desk talking about similar to what Mitch does during the day there. So you guys can go have some fun, enjoy that day as well. 3:55, only 4 minutes to go here, and we just wait for Adobe. So ADBE. So we'll see what is this doing here into the close, right? I mean, sometimes they can give you a decent idea, but not today. Adobe's zeros and flat all day. So I watch out for this one. Of course, the expected earnings for Adobe, glad they have earnings, $5.18. So we'll see if that comes through. The revenue is not, I mean, it's going to be a big number. 5.9 billion is what's expected for Adobe. Obviously, everything they talk about and everything that anyone's been talking about are guides these days. Oracle doesn't even come with a good number. They actually missed on both the top and the bottom line, Oracle, but they guided that huge number into 2030 there, $150 billion or something run rate there for their cloud services. So yeah, that spiked up the whole industry for a minute. Now we're starting to get a little bit of downside plays here, into the end of the day. Oracle looks like it may test its lows, 305 or so 307. Only 3 minutes left. Make sure you do hit that like if you've been watching us all afternoon. Let's get going on this right now. 526, we could probably get more than that, man. There's 6,555 of you watching. It's 10% rate there. Let's get that up. If you can get to 1,000, that would be nice with only a couple minutes left. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, and make sure you join us every single day. You definitely want to be here next week as we have the interest rate decision. And then again, as Open Door moves around, like I said, positive on it. It's going to be a big stock here. The number 2 P&L name on the show today. Number 1 P&L name is Alibaba. So it's just like different stocks, different strokes for different folks, right? I've only traded 4 names today. I'm not sure how many you have, but I know Joe and Sharif trade theirs on the midday, and it's just, there's something for everybody. So just make sure you're here with us every single day and enjoying it. So looking for Intel, looking for RH today after hours as well on the report. So Restoration Hardware should be coming through.
Skechers was
That should be a good one. Skechers is 350.
It should have been huge.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so I don't know if you want to talk about it.
No, it's fine. I just missed we were live on the show, and one of the things that you realize doing the show is like there's certain trades where there's like razor thin margins to get in. Like I'm watching the level 2. I'm watching the imbalance locator. We're talking. We're doing the show. I did have a position. You can come to the chart, guys. It's fine. I did have a position, but there was a moment to get in full, and it needed to be here at 27.28 when the imbalances stayed. But I guess I kind of swung and missed, right? Like it is what it is. But that was the big deletion on Skechers. It's still a bit weird because technically speaking, it's supposed to close at $63. It's straight cash. I have no idea why it's above this price. It makes literally no sense. But this deal will close above the actual price that anybody's getting, which is nonsensical. It doesn't. Sometimes there's like a special dividend or like a CVR, but this isn't even the case with this one. It is still like 9 million. What was it? It was 9 million when it came out. It's still a sell imbalance, but only 2 million shares to sell. So we'd have to do something ridiculous in the last couple of seconds here to be worth re-entering the trade. I don't think it will.
All right. Let me check out. I just did want to check on Tesla here to end the day just to see what it's doing. So 368 and change. So again, congratulations. We called this play. I hope some of you have it. I don't. I talked about not liking it, and it went down to 366. there. So that looks like a good bouncing spot. So maybe potentially tomorrow's trade today, we'll see if there is any love here for Tesla.
So they're going to sit here?
368 and change. Adobe's time right now, we only have less than 30, we have 40 seconds right now. Adobe's supposed to come right at 4:05. So join Adair and myself here, I guess at this desk.
You're going to sit here?
Or you can sit over there. You can do it over there. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Huh? Long distance relationship? Yeah. I still got that Somebody Loves Me remix in my head. I've shared that with Ramin. We both like that Somebody Loves Me remix. Drake and Your Party Next Door. All right, it's time to hit that fake bell. Let's go. With only 10 seconds left right now, Neil. We do got to say that this is brought to you by Beta Pro and Global X. So thank you so much for those guys for sponsoring our closing show one more time. And the ringing of the bell. 2 and 1. We are now closed on the Nasdaq and on the New York and everywhere. As now we get ready for after hours trading, in which I think Open Door may potentially moon in the after hours. So, yeah.
Wow.
Good luck to the Green Bay Packers tonight for everybody. I'm going to be here. I hope they
I just want Kraft to score. I'll be happy with like 5 for 65 and a TD. Just give me a touchdown.
Better be happy with that. That's better than average for him. So we do hope that Kraft can get going, as well as I'm not going to start Jaden Reed, but I do have him. He got 17 fantasy points last week, 13 targets. So we'll see.
You're not going to start him?
No.
Really?
I'm going to start Golden maybe.
I love Reed.
The team is deep.
Jaden Reed went to Michigan State, so I'm a Michigan State fan.
Yeah, sorry, but Kenneth Walker might be a problem, but I know you have Charbonnet.
No, but he was hurt. Kenneth Walker is always hurt. So that's why you got to handcuff him.
It's more the decision there, because, they have 2 running backs that they like, right?
Well, if he's not, I'm just going to bench his ass.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bench him.
NXTT just announced a reverse stock split. So there it is. There's the stock that we talked about.
Oh, my goodness.
We were giving credit. There's the NXT, the reverse stock split. That ain't good news, guys. We saw what happened to Lucid. We've seen what happened to a lot of these stocks. You don't want to do that, and I guess it's going to be a reverse stock split.
Has to be.
36 cents to the upside. I just heard it in my ear. So, all right, Neil, get the heck out of here. Good job so far. Thank you to everybody for staying late with us. It's now, I don't know if we're transitioning or not, but it's now the market recap show. So normally it's Adara and myself, but Adara's over there. Hi, Adara. Hi. All right, good. Andre or Fabian, I don't know how we're going to do this, but maybe Adara and I could be side by side in a little bit of a box here or something. There goes. No, don't do anything. Do not move, Adara. Please stay right there. Okay, so downside play for NXTT. You might as well just show my screen at this point. We're just going to talk about this. We are waiting for Adobe earnings. As soon as they come out, we will present them to you. I do have to say one more thing, because this after market show, our recap show, is brought to you by Global X and their Beta Pro 3X product. So make sure you do scan that QR code. Well, now it's Origenics, but it's brought to you by Beta Pro. So get in the link in the description to go find that out. But there it is, man. NXTT announces a 200 for 1 reverse stock split. So 22 cents times 200, whatever that is, then that's going to go all the way up, $4 or $5. It's going to come all the way back down after that, and that's going to be a problem. So NXT, man, we talked about it on the show today, was brought to our attention, but there's the flush on NXTT again right now. So a nice little downside play for that. Hey, who's still with us, man? Let's do a little bit of a roll call here real quick, man. We made this thing famous, and then we're going to bring it back right now. So there it is. Just blessed with 23 cents a share on Adobe. I don't know. Let's call up Adobe right now. We'll wait to see what's going on with Adobe. As soon as that number comes out, you're going to see some wild action, because right now I'm at home. We're right here on the floor in my spot. So we're ready to go. We'll show you all the charts. We're ready to go. Here, lots of people here. Hello, says Sean. Hey, hello, Sean. I like your name. What's up, Freddie? You're here as well. Travman is here. What's up to KH? Ed Miller's in the start. Pranet is here. Mike Laurie's here. Jeff Rue is here. Oh, who's this handsome fellow right there? Not me, is it? Mike Peter Ryder is here. What's up, Mike Peter Ryder? Whispering is here. Pepper Potts is in the building. Pelican, everybody's here. And they're all excited for Adara and I as we get ready to go on the recap show. So again, thank you for everything. We're going to have Restoration Hardware for you. We're going to have Adobe for you in a couple minutes. Adara's locked and loaded. Hopefully she's going to share some graphics. I know she's got some hot graphics. Hey, Adara, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
But not too bad. How was your day?
It was good, thank you. It was nice because I had a little bit of time to just sit back, do some research. We have I actually kind of found some very, very fascinating stuff about Oracle and that cloud infrastructure revenue. Those infographics are going to be out tomorrow. But I did some deep diving through some financial reports. If you guys are into Open Door, I also did a whole bunch of research on that and that recent move as well. So lots coming here on X at TTV Research. If you enjoy interesting research content and Open Door content, because that's a thing. How was your day, Sean?
Yeah, couldn't be better, honestly. I mean, we nailed that Open Door.
You did Alibaba too, right? Yeah, that was awesome. Alibaba, right?
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I didn't get much of that. So thank you so much, Alibaba. Yeah, thank you for the credit on that one. We love that. That's my #1 stock. So thanks for bringing that up there, Adara. But there's Open Door right now. I just want to bring this to everyone's attention. It's still going, man. Will we get 1 billion shares today? 986 million shares. There goes Open Door through the day's high, breaking through now. 1076 going upside for Open Door. Hey, look, if you're here for the recap show, we're here to recap everything. But you know what? The market is still open for many of these names, obviously in the after hours. If you're ever trading lower cap names in the after hours, that's when they can run. Open Door didn't halt at all today, but there are no halting rules after hours. So that
Adobe out.
So thank you, Adara. Adobe is now out. So let's go have a quick, there it is. It looks like a beat, Adara. It looks like Adobe's starting to go back up to the upside. 372, 373, starting to kick out right now for Adobe. This is real-time trades right now. The 200 periods at 400. All right, double the fun right there, Adobe. Let's go over to Adara and figure out what exactly just happened with Adobe.
Yeah, double beat here for Adobe. Adjusted earnings, $5.31 per share, above estimates of $5.18. Sales, $5.99 billion versus $5.91 billion expected. They also raised their digital media annual recurring revenue growth and revenue and EPS targets for the fiscal year. They did have revenue here, again, beating up 11% year over year. Diluted earnings per share, we already went over, that was a beat. And the remaining performance obligations at $20.44 billion. Now for their their business segment highlights. Digital media segment revenue up 12% year over year. Annual recurring revenue up 11.7% year over year. Digital experience segment revenue apparently 9% year over year growth. Subscription 11% year over year. This is a solid area. I'm not seeing any declines. I'm only seeing growth. Now for Q4, they guided EPS here $5.35 to $5.40. That is above estimates of $5.34. Sales, $6.075 billion to $6.125 billion. That is mostly going to be above estimates of $6.08 billion. Sean, I'm going to look at RH. Oh, I have news too on Supermicro and NVIDIA. I just saw it. SMCI beginning volume shipments of NVIDIA's Blackwell Ultra Systems, reported by Bloomberg. Again, SMCI beginning volume shipments of NVDA Blackwell Ultra Systems. I'm going to look for RH. How's the video looking for you, Sean?
Yeah, everything's going good here. I still want to look at Adobe. I mean, Adobe right now 375 and going. And by the way, let's not sleep on what the heck is going on with Open Door. Open Door right now trying to break 11 right now. Open Door getting going right now. Big movements here. OPEN $11 right there. I know someone that bought it in and around $3 and unfortunately got some bad advice and sold it around $8, I think. But right there, $11 right now, hitting a billion shares or so for Open Door, but it's Adobe's world right now. I mean, is it? It looks like it's Open Door's world, but there's Adobe right now, 7% to the upside. The implied move was 10%. We have the numbers right here, 531 beating 518, 599 beating 591. So Adobe still going, but Open Door is the story, I think, here right now of the after hours as it continues to climb higher. We did have... It's fine. It's all good, Ramin. Yeah, of course I'm talking about you. There it goes, 370 to the upside right now for Tesla as well. Nice little break there on Tesla. We talked about that.
More on Adobe.
Level. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. SMCI. I'm going to come over to you, Adara. I just want to check out that last story that you talked about. There's the SMCI bump as well, 44 up to 45. Great job right there for SMCI. Boom, shakalaka. And then that news with NVIDIA and these guys not moving the needle for NVIDIA. But what do you got for Adobe?
Nothing here on RH yet. Adobe raising their fiscal 2025 guidance here. Adjusted earnings, they're now seeing between $20.80 per share to $20.85. That's well above estimates of $20.65. They're raising their fiscal 2025 sales guide to a range between $23.65 billion and $23.7 billion, also beating estimates of $23.57 billion. So they had a double beat. Their guidance is better than expected. Their segment guidance is better than expected. Their fiscal 2025 guidance is, drum roll please, better than expected. Nothing new here on RH. Robinhood, actually, though, guys, another RH, I guess, for lack of a better term. They just released their August 2025 operating data. So apparently total platform assets at the end of the month were $304 billion. That's up 2% on a month-over-month basis, and it's up 112% year over year. Robinhood here with some nice data when it comes to their August 2025 operating data. I'm still looking for RH.
Yeah, I did see that Robinhood. I mean, not much movement here in the after hours for Robinhood, so we can call that up quickly for everybody. Here's Robinhood, 117, 118 Adara, so it's not moving around too much, but it was a good day there for Robinhood, up 0.36%. Here it is, guys, right here, just to show everybody, not much going on. We do have the Adobe numbers here, and we wait for Restoration Hardware. Just that's the next biggest market cap name that has reported here tonight. So good movement so far in RH. So boom. Oh God, I need to pay for chess tonight. All good, my wife. I'll find it. Okay, so there it is. Restoration Hardware. I got one of my kids has hockey tonight. One has chess tonight. So that should be exciting. Shout out to everybody that is into, and I'm going to be watching a football game and cooking some wings. We talked about that earlier as well. So quick check on Adobe here in the Nasdaq, of course, not a New York name. There it is, 373. So Adobe still holding out higher right now. Good little number there, beating on the top and the bottom line. Let's check out what Figma's doing off the back of this number. Again, that Figma's a name that Adobe wanted to buy. So out of figuring its upside, still the Adobe chart. There's a Figma chart. So little 55.50 bump up into 56.50. Looks like it still wants to go as well. So Figma on the back of a good day. It was up 10% today. We could check out on Klarna just to see. I just want to see if there's any volume coming into any names here after hours. So if there's anything that you guys see, put in the chat and we will talk about that. So there it goes. Open Door doing that as well, bouncing. There's Klarna not doing anything right now. AH. It is after hours down 6% today after back-to-back down days for Klarna. Open Door though, guys, does stop at 11. Can't believe we're saying $11. I mean, Eric Jackson and everybody was telling Drake and everybody to buy this thing at $3-4. There it goes, upside right now into $11. Open Door just pulling back a little bit here. We still, looks like we might have the restoration
I'm not
hardware.
seeing the numbers.
The numbers must be here, though. There's a nice, so Dara's going to parse through, but it looks like a failed move right now for RH. So there goes RH, huge downside move, now down 12%. And again, they fancy, huh? We fancy, huh? If you fancy like that, RH, good spot to buy expensive, high-quality furniture. So you're not going to get
numbers. No numbers.
You're not going to get any, no numbers yet. Okay, you're not going to. My
not even on
just kind of snapped on me here. You're not going to get anything from RH. Dare's going to find it.
Oh, I have them. They just came out now. Okay.
Okay.
So adjusted earnings here, $2.93 per share, missing estimates of $3.20. Sales, $899.151 million, missing estimates of $904.643 million. So the EPS here apparently actually did increased by 73.37% year over year. Their sales also increased on a year over year basis, but they did have a double miss here. I'm going to have to read through okay, there's one of those ones I have to go through their website to get to their earnings. I'm going to read through the report on their website, Sean, but how's the stock looking? Still down, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it's looking bad. It's down 13%. The note that you gave me earlier, Daryl, was that the expected move here was 14. So you're pretty close in that research right there, as we're down right now almost exactly what we thought it would be down. And yeah, so here's, you just went over the numbers, but here we have, I'm just going to pop this out so everyone can see right here. We'll go Restoration Hardware on one side, Adobe on the other. So there it is right now for RH. So EPS of 293, missing the 320, estimate sales missing as well. So they're going to be slightly down there, RH. And I think it's a little look at the consumer, right? I mean, potentially here, I don't know. I know it's expensive to shop there. They've had a nice little run. Definitely pulling back in a little bit right there. So they guidance is now out as well. We'll flip over to you, Adair, if you want to come in with that. Okay, so what was that looking like? It's heading lower right now. I'm going to assume.
Well, I'm still I'm reading through the actual report, so I'm going to get into something I saw there that I found interesting. But we'll start here with the actual guidance numbers. They're guiding Q3 2025 revenue growth between 8 and 10%.
Okay.
Not seeing how that compares to estimates. They're guiding fiscal 2025 revenue growth between 9 and 11%. Now, there's one thing I noticed here in their fiscal 2025 guidance. They're saying that their outlook includes an approximate negative 200 basis point operating margin impact. So they're expecting a negative impact here, about 200 basis points for their operating margin. That's going to be because of some investments and startup costs to support their international expansion. And there's also a 90 basis point impact from tariffs. So it seems like all in all, almost 300 basis points of impact. The way they worded it was a little weird, but either way, big impacts here for RH on their operating margin for the fiscal year. Now, for Q3, apparently they're including a 270 basis point negative operating margin impact from investments and then a 120 basis point impact from tariffs. So Q3 guidance actually has significantly greater negative impacts than the fiscal year. So I'm guessing they expect things to maybe slow down a bit for Q4. But yeah, the negative impacts here for Q3 actually worse than those of the fiscal year.
Okay, yeah, not looking great there for RH. Good explanation there. Looks like they're going downside. Let's check out Adobe. I think is heading southbound a little bit as well. Yeah, Adobe's almost all the way back. So all the profit that was had on Adobe is gone now. So maybe some news coming out there again on Adobe, but it's given everything back right now. Almost for the whole day. I mean, we went out and closed the day at 350. You're back to 357 right now. Adobe, not great. And what's going on right here? We have an alert on Robinhood. Robinhood downside action right now for Robinhood down to 113.50. So again, pulling back a little bit here. Robinhood closes the day at 118 off of a new all-time high of 122. Robinhood falling back into 113 and change now. Not looking great there for Robinhood. The story today is Adobe and RH, but it's Robinhood right now making the move down. Let's get a poll up. Who's over there? Fabian, or is that Ramin over there? We don't have to do it, but I was going to say, what about a poll? Open Door, $12 tomorrow. You know, we'll see if we can see Open Door. Will Open Door reach $12 tomorrow? Because I think 11 is too easy. What do you think, Adara? Right now, Open Door, 1070.
Well, we know Eric Jackson says no rest till 82. So, but no, all jokes aside, honestly, we're going to have to wait and see. I do think, and I do want to commend everybody who's in this game. Congratulations to you. This has gone way farther than I think a lot of people thought maybe it could, including myself. I didn't know if it would rally the whole day like this. So it's hard. You won't really what targets on something like this because I really don't know how capable it is of running. And I suspect it might actually surprise us all still. If I look at the daily chart, okay, yeah, I mean, go Open Door, go. If I look at this daily, okay, Sean, I feel like we're already kind of coming into resistance on the daily. That previous support from when we first opened around that 1050 level, that could be a little spicy tomorrow, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm going to say it reaches $12. I think we can get to that tomorrow. And I didn't even know that he called $82. So
yeah, well, he's been calling it for like a while. That's his target is 82.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Why is one seems to be very excited. Let's go over to my screen here, Ramin. So one is in no caps or nothing like that. This is like, nah, don't even look at this. This is the one. You know, it's like when you get those deals, you know, you say like buy now and it's like all in capitals and you're like, okay, so I'm going to say yes, shout out to the open army right now. Oh, it's 2/3, 1/3 right now. So it's not the greatest reaction there. Will Open Door get $12? It's for tomorrow. I mean, so we'll see if that happens and we'll check back on that. Make sure you do vote ASAP on that. Hey, hello. Right there as we'll go for Open Army tomorrow. We'll figure out what's going on. Thanks for the poll there. But right now it's 1070 moving around. I think we could be over $12 tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. So watch out for that one. As we come back live at 8:30, we'll be talking all about Open Door, I am sure. That door's still open for profit, so we're ready to get going on that one. What was the SMCI story? They got tied up. They're buying more. Because
yeah, they have an NVIDIA deal. So someone in the chat was saying like, oh, why is NVIDIA not moving on that? Because for stories like this, it's all going to be more about, you know, who's actually executing here. So again, this was reported by Bloomberg and Reuters, and SMCI confirmed it a couple of minutes later. SMCI is launching the global delivery of its NVIDIA Blackwell Ultra AI systems for a scalable turnkey deployment. So SMCI is again, delivering, or I guess launching the delivery here of these NVIDIA Blackwell Ultra AI systems. So because they're the one delivering it there, I guess that's why they're the one moving on this. We know NVIDIA Blackwell is good, but them being deployed or delivered here by somebody else for deployment is not going to be an NVIDIA story. It's going to be SMCI.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
SMCI.
Yeah, I agree with you. Good analysis there. I think that is an SMCI story. SMCI is the one looking for revenues. NVIDIA, the next needle mover, is going to be something to do with China. We just got fan funding, so let's go and see what's going on right now. There it is. So we had Ronnie Boy, I don't know, woohoo, long Adobe, 350.55. So we'll figure that out. 100 shares. So just got out at 374. Congratulations, man. That's a big win, man. $25 right there on 100 shares. We'll take 25 hunch, put that in our pocket, put that on the package. You get it doubled tonight. Right here. Time to short. Willis Addison, man. So if you're shorting, you see what you actually nailed it right here, Willis. Animal spirits. You know, the word short and animal spirits to me, I think that when people get behind stocks and behind names, and you do have a social media presence behind there as well, it is tough to slow down names like that. Don't kid yourself. Open Door did 1 billion shares today. So there is interest in this name. You might be right. I don't, the short could come in. You're only up 80% today, right? But yeah, if the short comes in, look for pullbacks for me. I would still use even today's VWAP, $9.20, like right into this level. We dipped. That's like the only real serious dip all day was when we went from 10 back to 920. Right, so that was a decent dip down, right? That was 8% retrace. So that was a decent dip down, and then that was about it. You get a little bit here into the into 3 o'clock, ripped into the close, ended the day at highs. So sure, in the after hours, I could see a little bit of a pullback. I think you might be right, but you can't trade puts or anything here, options into the end of the day. So watch out there. We'll see tomorrow. I think you're right about animal spirits getting a little carried away, but I don't want to stand in front of this train, not yet, not enough. You want a capitulated day where we have tons of volume and a downside day, not tons of volume and upside, okay? Because the thing about animal spirits and anybody that's trading it is that you have to be aware people are generally, especially traders that are trading this kind of stocks, they greedy AF. So that's the problem is people that are holding this will hold this name to 12, to 14, to 15, to $18. So you just got to be careful.
I have more on Robinhood.
The sellers might not come in. Again, you have more on what, Adobe or which one?
Oh, Robinhood. So the reason we were like, why did Robinhood drop after that awesome number? That's because the company said during its announcement there of their August numbers that their funded customer growth was offset by the impact of required escheatment of approximately 180,000 low balance accounts. So what is escheatment? I guess it's a law doctrine that basically means that the real property of a person who's died without heirs goes to the crown or state. So apparently 180,000 low balance accounts were escheated or went through escheatment, and because of that, that did offset their funded customer growth. So again, this is something I want to learn a lot more about, but basically we had these accounts escheated. They were, I guess these assets were transferred to the state. They were low balance, and then the funded customer growth was, I guess, as such, kind of negated or offset there.
All right. So yeah, thanks for explaining that because I had no idea what any of that meant. And
I had to look it up. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I thank you for doing that because I had no idea. But it looks like Robinhood is retracing back to the upside on that news. So I think that now that more people have started to clarify what exactly is going on, it looks like Robinhood is appreciating that and back to the upside 116. I still like to buy some dips there in Robinhood. What did you trade today, Adair? You were on some...
Oh, I mean, I took one trade in Synopsys in the morning, and to synopsize that, I tried it, it was playbook, and it didn't work, and then I had to move, and I didn't trade the rest of the day. So yeah, like I said, I did spend basically my whole day just doing a lot of work here on this Oracle research, which again, guys, stay tuned tomorrow because I got some doozies for you, and Open Door, because I was really trying, what I want to do with Open Door is I kind of wanted to create an entire history using all these social media posts from Eric Jackson, from Anthony Pompliano, from this other guy, Jeffrey Yee, who was involved, from Keith Rabois, who's now back on the board, and I'm really trying to, I guess, create, not oral history, I guess a post history of this really crazy story with Open Door just based on these guys' accounts. It's taking me a lot longer than I thought because Eric Jackson posts very frequently.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to have this out as soon as possible for you guys because I'm having a lot of fun making it. Too crazy to believe the Oracle actual, like me doing financial vetting and accounting, that's taking less work than the Open Door stuff. But I'm really excited to have all that content for you guys. And again, if you enjoy any random market-related deep dives, definitely join us on NXTT Research. If you have suggestions for me too on content that you want to look at, just tag me and let me know, because I'm always down to make some fun infographics.
Yeah, Trader TV Research, go get that, man. I mean, lots of graphics. I'll try to retweet them as well. Sometimes Adara will message me and say she just put something out, and I'll retweet it. So keep doing that, Adara, as we have a big community here, and we want to keep on supporting that. So thanks, Adara, for all of that. We're having a lot of fun here. Make sure you go check it out. Adara puts a lot of work into those posts. Okay, well, Adobe again. Now, like we had that one trader that went long 350 pre-earnings. That was a good call. You got out basically at the top of 374. That's a good call as well. But here we go, man, up to 382 and still pushing. Right now, Adobe did fall back in. Now trying to figure it out. Up 4%. So there's the numbers right here. Beat, 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 beat. RH, miss, miss, miss. And RH is heading to the downside right now as well. Looks like it made the low of 190. And look, not a bad level there, 190. We've seen it before. It looks like it's going to play one more time there on RH. So down 13 and change percentage points right there for Restoration Hardware. Oh no, where's my, I got to go back to live chat. I want to see what this poll's at right now, just to see what this army's all about here. So 64%, so we have 437 votes. I hope if you voted, you also hit the like button. So if you voted, do Adara and I a favor and hit the like button right now. I thought this would have been much more on the yes side. So right now, 64%, it's just like, you know, 2/3, 1/3 right now on Open Door. And if you look over here, Open Door right now, to get to $12, I mean, you're up 80% today. You're going to just need 10% more tomorrow, and you're at $12. I almost think it's a slam dunk for yes. And now, I don't know. I mean, I know we put tomorrow. Tomorrow's also Friday, by the way, so that could be another case where, do you really want to hold it over the weekend where, again, this guy's posting like nonstop? Maybe there's some actionable events there over the weekend. So I do think that Open Door does have an...
He posts so much, Sean, and he just starts beef with random people too. Like, there's this other guy who, if you are a Palantir or Robinhood investor, you've almost definitely heard of. His name's Amit Investing. He does really solid streams. He streams with like a lot of these executives from these companies. He does these interviews anyway. So I don't even really get that he was bearish on Open Door. He was just kind of more cautious about Open Door.
Right.
And then Eric Jackson was going off on him like, oh, like interview me, talk to me, like whatever. It was so weird. And then also he had started a beef that was basically one-sided with the interim CEO of Open Door because he wouldn't answer his DMs. And he thought that was disrespectful because Eric Jackson said that Eric Jackson is basically the sole reason the stock is running. So it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. Again, you will get a way better sense of all of this when I get everything posted for you guys. But yeah, Sean, I mean, this man really loves posting on X and going to Drake's house.
Look, there's nothing wrong with having conviction too, right? I mean, part of it does, you know, they have a lot of money involved and they're trying to get this stuff going.
I do understand that, but like harassing a guy because he won't DM you is kind of weird.
Yeah, I think maybe.
There's a balance, maybe, I think.
I think in the day now of social media, it just goes like, we saw Roaring Kitty came back and he started posting on YouTube trying to get GameStop to go.
Oh yeah, and then when he was like,
live feed.
Like he got beat up or whatever by the shorts.
There was almost never a time, now I lost like quite a bit of money on that day because I remember.
Really?
Because I was so hyped up.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there that day. I watched it from like I was at my with my friend or whatever, and I was kind of following it on CNBC, but I wasn't there, but I heard it dropped crazy.
Yeah, because you thought you thought that he was going to go there and pump it up, and he really didn't. And the fact that he sat there all bandaged up, it was great. Like I remember really getting pumped up. He had like a sick intro song and everything.
Oh, actually?
So yeah, you should go back. I wonder if we can find that feed.
I'm sure you can. Yeah,
I might just watch it again like a hype song. I was really hyped that day when that happened, and then wound up losing on that. So you know, sometimes you do get carried away with all of that.
That's fair.
Okay, so just quickly, we got a good story today with Alibaba, obviously, and here we go on the chart. It's up 8% again right now. In after hours, it's not doing too much, but Alibaba did have a good day today. Ramin, if we just show over here, I'll go over a couple names and then we'll get out of here. It's almost 4:30, so there goes Alibaba today. What I want to do quickly was, and we don't want to review everything right now, but let's just quickly go over some crypto space. Again, we don't do this too much. We do have it on the bottom there. So XRP I can see is 302 right now. Some good movements today, 114.3. It's nice to see all the crypto space over the last week is right in this column right here. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit here and just to show you guys. So 4% for Bitcoin, 3.25% for Ethereum, 8% for Ripple on the week. Binance Coin up 6%, Solana up 11% as that keeps on going. Dogecoin, there was some talk about Dogecoin ETFs. Did you hear anything about that, Adara? Dogecoin ETFs?
No, I mean, I know, like, I was reading, apparently there's, like, as of last week or a couple weeks ago, there's, like, 92 pending crypto ETFs. Okay. I think most of them were Solana and XRP, though. was my understanding. I didn't see like a ton on Doge. I think Solana and XRP were the top two though.
All right, so yeah, makes sense. And I think there's something about Dogecoin here as well, because there it is, up 19%. So we'll hear ears to the ground on that one. I hope there's a Cardano one. I mean, I really like this this particular coin, up 9% today as well for Cardano. So we're going over that just a little bit there. Okay, quick check-in. It's earnings season, although we're getting to the end of it. I think it's like 98 or 99% of the S&P 500 has reported. So we're almost through all of that. We'll wait for the next sort of round. Adobe only up 4% a day. Its expected move was 10%. Restoration Hardware, the number that I got from you, I'm just going to double check right now, was 14% for Restoration Hardware, and it's moving 11. So we'll see if there's a move tomorrow in RH as well. A name that was downside today, I don't know if it was downgraded. Maybe you heard about it. I know you used to trade Netflix a little bit.
Oh, I know about Netflix.
Okay, what's up with that?
Okay.
Down 4% today?
I'm not sure if this is why, but their chief, and I think it's reported maybe intraday yesterday, but like it would have been really late near the end of the day. So their chief product officer left the company. Now, why was that be significant? Because I was reading apparently she was actually responsible for that whole password crackdown they did, which was really, really, it led to a lot of exuberance. So that could be why, but the stock wasn't reacting to this at all pre-market. It wasn't really reacting to it on the news, which I do believe came out late yesterday during intraday trading. So unclear. Yet Netflix, Sean, is a stock that I do still, like when it's in play, I traded. It was actually on watch for me a couple days ago, but right now it's not really of too much excitement to me with NFLX. Adobe, though, actually on the daily chart is at a level of great excitement to me because it is at an intraday level of resistance. That's what we're gapping up to, that 365. So I want to see, apologies for my spaghetti chart, I want to see what happens here at 365, Sean, because look at that. We get that double bottom with a bottoming tail, actually triple bottom at that 330. Is it time to not moon, but at least have a nice lofty bounce off that 365? I'm not sure. But this actually doesn't look bad to me. But yeah, Netflix, Sean, I think the only news was the CPO leaving. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's down 10% here. I mean, I think that this is a stock that we all, what do you watch? Are you watching anything these days? So I use other sources.
It doesn't matter, but what, are you watching any shows? Doesn't matter about Netflix.
Oh, just in general? Yeah, I mean, I'm always going back to Law and Order because I'm a sucker for that. But lately,
is the Toronto one any good?
The Toronto one? Second season was great. First season was arguably not the best, but the second season was really good. And I also love it because there's always going to be like at least 3 or 4 times a season someone from Degrassi will have a small role on this, and I'm going to be like, yes,
let's go. Are they bringing back Degrassi, or wasn't there something?
Oh, they were supposed to 2 years ago. I was very excited. I was like trying to find a writing job on that. It's going to be on HBO, and it was going to weirdly focus more on the parents, which I didn't like. But then they canned that about a year later. Honestly, Degrassi and HBO would have been a match made in heaven, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be. But what are you watching right now, Sean?
I was trying to think. There's what's that? There's a John Hamm show on Netflix that we were watching. No, it's on Apple TV, I think. Yeah, the Neighbors one where the guy basically loses his job and then he starts going around and is this a spoiler alert? I don't know. Starts robbing houses and things like that. But it's a good cast there. Olivia Munn's in there as well. I like that show. I'm not sure what I can't remember what it's called, but that's what we're doing right now. Anybody in the chat watching anything cool? All right, it's 4:31.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that went pretty quick, didn't it?
It flew.
It flew away.
And we're not even here. We're like literally doing this remotely. Hello, Sean. How's it going?
Give me a call today. Washington Redskins or Green Bay Packers. Please do not say the wrong one.
I mean, I like that they're red and green against each other. That's pretty funny. I'll go Green Bay Packers.
Thank you.
Also, are they the Commanders now, or?
Man. Oh, did I say Redskins?
You did.
Yeah, sorry. Washington Commanders, yes.
Yeah, I only remember because that was a Truth Social post a couple months ago, and that's why I remembered that too.
You know what? I actually like, which team do you like better, the Commanders or the football team? It used to be the Washington football team.
Was that them for a while, the football team?
Yeah, I think for 2 years.
Okay, that's terrible. I like the Commanders is a name. The Commanders is an actual name, so I will. You could say that, like the Trader TV football team, the Green Bay football team. I don't like Commanders. I'll say Commanders.
Okay.
Or the Washingtons would even be a better name than the football team.
They should have been the Washington Monuments or something.
Oh my gosh. Call them right now. Call them right now, Sean. That's a good name. But I'm rooting for Green Bay because it's green and we're bullish.
Stealing our idea right here. Okay. Thank you to everybody for watching. It's been a blast. I mean, tomorrow's Friday. Watch out for Open Door, $12. We'll see if we can get to that tomorrow at some point. Yeah, it's time to wrap this thing up, Fabian. Yeah, you got to get out of here, my guy. You've been working too long. So shout out to Fabian and everybody. Thanks, Ramin, for staying late. Thanks to Dara. We had fun doing this. Thanks, Brendo, Mark, Rob, everybody that's helped us throughout the day. It's been a great one. Look, we'll look to trade again tomorrow. Dara, you have tomorrow off or you're here?
I'm here.
Okay, perfect.
You're here, right?
I'm here, yeah, I'm here.
Okay, nice. Everyone's here.
It's a rare Friday.
That's why I asked, yeah, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Oh, they're trying to get rid of us.
I'm starting to feel a little sick right here. I don't know, something caught in my throat here. I might have the
new news desk.
Cold. Oh, there it is. There's the new news desk right there. So we have some excitement there tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining us, man. It's 4:30. I'm out of here. That's Adara. I'm Sean. Ciao for now.
Bye, guys.
At some point, Ramin's trying to find the buy button.
How do I do this as the quote of the year?